Well, hello again, everybody, to Cable Channel 15 television. It's been a long while since we were atop the press box at McGee last year. It's 2018 Greyhound football, and we are on the road at Pottsville, Arkansas for the opening game of the 2008 campaign. David Black joined with, obviously, the play-by-play guy, Hayden Schultz. Ben Black will join us in the booth this year, and then Josh Nation is doing the camera work for us. And our thoughts and prayers always with Dan Klopechka. Still battling cancer and his issues, but seems to be doing a little better. Could be along later on in the year. We wish Dan the very best and hope you get well soon, my friend. Guys, welcome Hayden to the broadcast.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here. Ready for some Greyhound football.
It's coming right up. Ben Black, like I said, joins us as a new guy. Ben, both of you guys former Greyhound football players. Thanks for being here. It should be an exciting year for the Hounds.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of the team. Obviously, I come from a long line of broadcasting. It's in my blood, so I've been around it all my life, and it's just time that I take the microphone and give it a go.
There you go. Pre-game show brought to you by, as it always is, by Arkansas Steel Associates at 2803 Van Dyke Road, 523-3693. This is a football team. We're playing up in classifications. We're playing a 4A school. We're a 3A school. This football team is supposed to be a good football team. It's supposed to contend for their conference 4A in the 4A4 region, and a football team that last year finished 6-5, got beat 56-21 in the first round of the playoffs by Prairie Grove, and then the year before they were 5-6 and lost to Robinson 44-6 in the playoffs. Let me give you a couple of stats right here. Since 2010, the largest margin of victory that a Pottsville team has is 47 points versus Newport in 2011 right here. The largest margin of defeat that the Newport Greyhounds have had is 47 points to Pottsville right here in 2011. We avenged that loss in 2013 when Pottsville came to Newport. We won the football game 30-20. But we are so excited to be here. Hayden, tell me what you know about the Greyhounds.
Obviously, the offensive line coming back. You got some 2 to 3 year starters. Zane Watkins, Alex Emery, and Connor Prince. Those guys are going to help out on the offensive line. Gideon Ball will also help. Weston Henderson, another guy that's going to move up, be a 10th grader this year and help out. The offensive line, so it's going to be fun to watch this year, and also your 3-year starting quarterback, Cash Forrest.
Well, I think it all starts with Cash, no doubt about it, him finding receivers. And we talked with Coach Hinsley this week, and he talked about some of the receivers that he had, said he thought he had a great core, and he was real impressed with his offensive line. Of course, you see the meeting of the captains out here, and it looks like Newport has won the toss, and they have elected to receive the football, so we'll see Cash on the opening possession. Ben Black, what do you expect out of the Greyhounds?
I think we're going to see a lot of speed. You know, like Hayden mentioned with the linemen, you know, those guys are veterans. They've been in the trenches. They know the battle that's ahead of them, and no doubt that Coach Hinsley and the Greyhound staff will have them prepared. But like I said, the speed, we've got some really fast backs that I'm eager to see get some touches and just see what they're all about.
Well, there's no doubt that the Hounds are always going to have a little speed, and Coach Hinsley says he's got a kid that as fastest kid that he's ever coached, and Theron Davis, and he should be, you know, a big mix of this offensive backfield. Joe Brodus, if you didn't know, had knee surgery earlier in the summer, had ACL tear. I talked to Joe before the ball game, thought he might be ready sometime along the way. Would be coming back awfully quick from ACL surgery. Normally takes a year.
Yeah.
You miss a guy like that because he was your bruiser guy, but you just got it's the next man up mentality. You hear that a lot. We've got guys that can fill right in.
Absolutely. Clemmy Alcorn's a guy who's going to come in there, and he's going to be like your third down back, a guy who go get those 2 or 3 yards on short yardage plays. But having Monquel Cox back, a guy who goes sideline to sideline just as good as anybody. And then, like we said earlier, Theron Davis, junior high, we watched him last year, unbelievable speed. I'd like to see that guy get outside because I don't think anyone can catch him.
White River Medical Center, WRMC Medical Complex in Newport at 2200 Malcolm Avenue. Their phone number is 512-2560 for cardiac rehab, imaging services including X-ray and MRI, laboratory work, pain management, physical therapy, and special care satellite clinics, cardiology, general surgery, obstetrics, gynecology, orthopedic care, wound care, and much, much more. Family care at the Newport Diagnostic Clinic and the Weekend Clinic, open Friday and Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. White River Health Systems, the care you need when you need it. there's no doubt that anytime you start out, there's great expectations. There's first game jitters. Turnovers always play an important part in football games. You just hope that the Hounds take the football here and be turnover free tonight, put points on the board. And Coach Hansley and I talked about it. I don't know whether y'all saw the interview, but I was really impressed with how we played defensively last year, and we hope we bring that mentality back this year. When we needed to make a big defensive play last year, we made it.
Absolutely. Defense was lights out every single game that they played last year. And the thing that Coach Hansley's doing this year is going to the 3-4. If you didn't see the coaches show on Facebook, they're going to go to the 3-4. He said the checks were getting too complicated for the kids, and they just wanted to play football.
And the opening kickoff is brought to you by Mark Martin Automotive. Over 450 pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs in stock. Visit our inventory at markmartinautomotive.com. We are ready to go. It's Pottsville and Newport on the road, and with the play-by-play, here's Hayden Schultz.
And going to be an onside kick. Chris Reynolds is just going to jump on it. Great field position for the Greyhounds to start out.
Yep, great field position, and it's going to give our offense a chance to show out right here.
Want to remind everybody we're going to be looking for the Bad Boy Mowers Collision of the Week. You talking about a great lawnmower, zero turn. Bad boys are bad boys. Bad Boy Mower Collision of the Week, and the Subway Coaches Show after the game, and the George Cal Motor Company Player of the Game, as always. 1st and 10 for the Hounds right here.
Gideon Ball is going to get the start at center for the Newport Greyhounds. Got a quad set over here to the Apache sideline. Here's a snap, going to throw a little screen. Theron Davis gets outside. Theron Davis, and that's what we talked about earlier. Theron Davis with the speed, and he's going to get an end zone. First play for the Newport Greyhounds, a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby. First touch of the year for Theron Davis, and as we expected, we knew the guy had speed, but, man, he just beat everybody on the outside right there.
63 yards. That's a quickly a Bratcher Real Estate touchdown, covering 63 yards of real estate. Congratulations to Theron on his first touch, and I want to go back to the kickoff recovered by the sophomore Chris Reynolds. Coach's kid, knows the game, loves the game, in on the very first play. We're ready for the extra point.
Rolando Noguez for the PAT. It is up, and it is good.
So it didn't take the Hounds but 12 seconds to put points on the board. And Cash Forster gets a 63-yard touchdown pass. It was obviously just a little quick hitter outside Ben, and Theron took it the distance.
No doubt, no doubt. Just love to see that excitement from the first play. Get out there passing the ball around, and there's nothing like it.
Hayden, you expected that on the first play of the game, or kind of a shock, or how you feel about that one? Did you know that was coming?
I had no idea. And quad set, I don't think we did it at all last year.
Don't remember the set.
And that could be something they just worked on, and that Pottsville's not used to seeing, and we just come out and hit them quick.
Well, it worked.
We didn't get a chance to name the offensive line, but we'll get them on the next set. Cash Forster will be the kickoff guy here. And the one thing you noticed up front is that the respect that Pottsville has for the Newport speed, because they kicked the ball short. Chris, obviously, with the good recovery there. And if they're going to kick it short, and we're going to work with a short field, it should be a big night for the offense.
Absolutely, absolutely.
11:48 to play. The score is 7-0. Greyhounds ahead here as we get ready to kick off.
And it's another Mark Martin Automotive kickoff. MarkMartinAutomotive.com for their 450 unit worth of used inventory. Check them out.
Just a squib kick by Forrester. He fumbled it, and he finally gets on it. We'll see where they mark him at. Looks around the 33, 34-yard line for the Apaches.
I'm eager to see the defense. Like we said, we've made some changes in the offseason, and everybody's really excited about it. Coach Hinsley said that it's better for everybody, so I'm excited to see that and ready to see what we got defensively.
And earlier I said that we are going to run a 3-4, and that will be against spread teams. But a team like this that likes to run it up the middle and run that wing T type offense, we'll just walk out our outside linebackers and we'll have a 5 front.
Number 10, Ben Jones.
Alex Emery, the big nose guard for the Greyhounds. Here's a snap, Pottsville, just a dive. He's got outside. Monquel Cox finally going to bring him down. Big play right there for Pottsville.
We're all right. We just got to get adjusted to this old slow run game and find the football and just tackle.
moves the ball all the way down to
Pottsville runs that dreaded offense that you don't ever want to get a defense. It just we had 2 weeks to prepare, but sometimes it just takes years to actually prepare for something like this.
It's just so slow, and it takes so long to develop, and it's hard to see who's got the ball.
1st and 10 at the 29. Great tackle right there in space. Spencer Murphy going to get the tackle. Great job keeping the outside contained.
Got to have the contain, like you said, Hayden. That's the key to this defense and when you're playing against this offense.
Give them 1 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 9.
11 minutes, 11 seconds remaining with the score 7-0 for the Greyhounds.
Zane Watkins, Dalton Phillips, Clemmy Alcorn, and Julius Clark going to be on that front line for your Greyhounds. Here's the snap, and he hands it off up the middle again, 34. Another great run play, but I think it's going to be short of a first down. Looks like 3rd and inches.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd down play here. We can look for a quick dive or maybe a quarterback keeper. I thought the quarterback was going to keep it there on that one. Got a man down.
Believed to be Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson.
And it doesn't look good on his ankle.
They're calling for medical attention.
Mr. Elder, we need the ambulance, please.
Yeah, they're calling for the ambulance to come out. This is a lower leg injury right here, and I can't see, and it probably not going to be a good result for us right here. We're going to be okay, but guys, we've got 10:44, is that right?
10:44.
Play here in the first quarter, a timeout on the field. Want to remind everybody that the football game is brought to you by Sam's Diner, the bright yellow building on 2nd Street in downtown Newport. Call-in orders are available, dine-in, carry-out. Breakfast served 5 days a week. Great lunch specials at Sam's Diner. We had about a 10-minute delay, and you see Tyler Johnson right there, and he's in a lot of pain. It's a lower leg injury. It's a bone injury. We know that for a fact. And left leg, probably an ankle somewhere along, an ankle. Looked like possibly a broken ankle, something of that nature. We're not doctors, but anyway, immediately our defense signaled for help. They ran off the field, and you could tell that it was something pretty serious.
Yeah, either heard or saw, and that's going to be a big loss for the Greyhounds. A 10th grader, Tyler Johnson, who has worked his way to get this starting spot, and it's just sad to see it on the first defensive series out here as a 10th grader.
You hate to see anybody get hurt, but especially the first series of the first game of the year. And when you got 10 other guys that have been playing with this 11th man and he's no longer out there, it affects things. It changes things.
And I think anytime you have an injury like that, it changes. It's a mental block, and you have to go back out there and you just have to forget about that, and you have to say, let's just saddle up and play.
That's it. Overcome. 10:44 to go in the first quarter. Score is 7-0. The Greyhounds lead.
Pottsville at the 21-yard line. It's 3rd and 1. See if the Greyhound defense can come up big.
Little yellow on the field.
And they're going to give it all sides to the Greyhounds.
Penalties are something we need to try to avoid, obviously, and it always makes a difference at the end of the game. You can always look back and say, well, we had so many penalties for so many yards, and if we had not had those, so on and so forth. But it's just a part of the game. It's just a mental game, and like you say, we took a little 10-minute break there, so it might be a few plays before everybody gets their wheels turning again.
First down 10.
It'll bring up 1st and 10 for Pottsville at their 16-yard line.
10:27 and the clock is rolling.
First quarter.
Here's the snap. Going to give it to 2 outside. 2 cuts it back up.
Several Greyhounds on the tackle there after a gain of 3 or 4.
Brought down by number 57, Connor.
Clock continues to move with 10 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Greyhounds lead at 7-0.
Give him 8 on the play. Make it 2nd and 2 for Pottsville at their 8-yard line. And here's the snap. Ball's on the ground.
Fumble.
Loose ball on the play.
We can't see.
There's a
fight on the pile.
Was recovered by Pottsville.
But there is a flag on the play as well.
Looks like Pottsville has recovered the ball, but we'll see what the officials say.
We do have the flag on the play.
Well, I can't imagine what the penalty could be.
Holding on the offense.
It is
Holding call.
holding on the goal line.
That's good for the Hounds.
And Pottsville's not a team who's built for long second and third downs. They're not a team who gets fancy. They like to run the ball up the middle. And this benefits the Greyhounds here, making it a second and, say, 13.
Yeah, it's a little harder to chip away with 13 yards to go than it is with 4.
Clock moving here in the first.
9:33 to go.
Second down.
The score is 7-0. Your Greyhounds lead it in the first.
Game brought to you by White River Area Agency on Aging, 1200 Highway 367 north of Newport, next to Glass Plus, providing home care services, bathing, meal prep, light housekeeping, and transportation.
Quarterback keeper around the end. He breaks a tackle. He is tackled.
Just a fake dive there. The quarterback gets outside. Defensive end didn't keep the containment. Came upfield trying to make the tackle. And it will give them a first down, make it 1st and goal for Pottsville.
Well, you get in those 2nd and 13 situations. That's one of those situations that as a player you can say, well, I can relax just a little bit right here. Maybe they're going to run the play to the other side or whatever, and lo and behold, they come right at you and you're not prepared. But just a good call by those guys and pretty good execution there.
That's right. Give those guys credit.
Spencer Murphy, Monquell Cox, Clemmy Alcorn, Julius Pruitt, Theron Davis is going to be in the secondary for the Greyhounds. Here's the snap. Great job right there by Clemmy Alcorn to get through.
Yeah, he made a wall right there.
Very, very short gain, if any.
He had 1st and goal from the 3.
Called down by number 55.
And it was Alex Emery on the tackle, that big defensive tackle for the Greyhounds.
55, he wears it well, doesn't he, Hayden?
Absolutely.
8:24, the clock is rolling in the first quarter. Score 7-0, the Greyhounds lead.
Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. And Pottsville's going to get in. Touchdown, Pottsville.
Number 34.
Just the old dive play. Like I said earlier, it's just this offense is so slow to develop and it's so hard to find the football.
Well, the thing is, it's an execution offense. It's one of those offenses, as you say, if you run the play correctly, you do your assignment, you block the guys you're supposed to block, there's going to be some holes that'll be open there. And that just gets to where we, from the defensive standpoint, you just got to buckle down a little bit and say, that's not going to happen anymore.
That's exactly right. Just
looks like we got a swing gate for the 2-point conversion, and they're going to come back. Don't like what they see. And they will try to attempt the PAT. Something the Greyhounds did last year also was block a lot of field goals. And it's no good. Great penetration up the middle right there for the Greyhounds.
That's right. We just got done talking about all the blocks, and man, there were guys everywhere in orange hats. The score is 7-6. Your Greyhounds lead. There's 8 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Greyhounds prepare to receive the kickoff from the Apache offense.
Well, I want to remind everybody about 42 Sports on Facebook. What is 42 Sports? There's a young man over in Northeast Arkansas named Alan Russell who has got a Facebook page, a Facebook media page, and he is set on promoting high school sports in the state of Arkansas, but he's more importantly north central Arkansas. And he concentrates on 4A and below, 4A, 3A, and 2A, and now it's football season. So if you get an opportunity, they do some great in-depth reporting on all 3 of those classifications. Check him out at 42 Sports on Facebook. You can go to it, like their page on 42 Sports, and you can keep up with what's going on because he talks good about the Newport Greyhounds. Mark Martin kickoff, markmartinautomotive.com. If you're looking for used inventory, get on the website, check them out. Here we go.
Another onside kick. And it looks like the Greyhounds did get on it, but Pottsville is signaling their ball.
There was a bobble when the ball was caught. Did he maintain possession? And
Absolutely.
yes.
I believe that was Chris Avalos.
First down 10.
And once again, great field position for the Greyhounds. If you're going to do that, it's going to shorten up the field, and we always like it.
I'll take it every time.
Absolutely.
I'll take it every time.
Well, we've actually been here. You know, the game time started 30 minutes ago. We had to take about a 10-minute break on the injury that we had a while ago, and we'll try to get a report on that young man. But anyway, the Hounds' second offensive play coming up.
8:09 to play in the first.
First and 10 at the 46. Here's the handoff to Monquel Cox. Monquel Cox is met in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss for the Greyhounds.
They whistle him down, like I say, in the backfield. Just one of those plays that, like Coach Kitty used to say, he would run 10 that didn't work, so the 11th one would work.
I like it. Try to get your offensive line here. Gideon Ball is going to be at center. Hunter Hurst going to be at the left guard. Zane Watkins at the left tackle. Connor Prince at your right guard. And big Alex Emery at your right tackle. Second and 11 for the Greyhounds. Cash Forrester, your quarterback. Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. He's got a man open. Great job. Great catch right there. I believe it's Zaywin Smith. First down and more. Great job right there. And that's something we saw in Highland that Cash is constantly getting better at. You see it as a 10th grader. He needed to be polished up. And then you saw in 11th grade, he worked, and you could tell. And you could tell in that Highland game, you could really see that he's really worked on his mechanics and he can throw the football around.
Just developed as a player. Anytime you're a 10th grader coming out commanding the offense, you know, you've always got things that you can work on. But, man, that right there was a bullet by Cash.
First and 10 at the 39. Going to bring Monquel in motion. Here's a handoff, a jet sweep. Monquel still on his feet. Monquel outside. Monquel, great run right there by Monquel Cox. Ran over one of his own players, got in his way.
Hey, if they're in your way, man, you just got to move them. What speed. What speed. I love it. 7 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first. The score is 7-6. Your Greyhounds lead it.
From the 35, 2nd and 7.
Darren Davis out wide. JT Haynes in motion. There's a penalty flag on the play.
They threw the flag when the Hounds went in motion, I believe. And I don't think that should have been a penalty because the guy that went in motion was not on the line of scrimmage. So let's see if they wave it off here.
And they will.
Have a good day.
You've seen a few of those.
Second and a long 6 for the Greyhounds. JT goes in motion to the far side. Here's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash throws it over the middle. Julius Clark just overthrown. Julius Clark last year was a playmaker offensively and defensively. He did a great job catching the ball, and he also playing that outside linebacker did a phenomenal job.
Just a phenomenal athlete. He just can play every position on the field. One of those players that you know when he's out there and you know when he's not.
Absolutely.
6:57 remaining in the first quarter. The Hounds lead it 7-6.
Trips on the left side. Here's the snap. Cash going to roll out, looking to pass. Cash going to throw it deep. Cash throws it up, and it's intercepted. Pottsville's going to intercept it.
Intercepted by number 24.
Right there, just one of those plays. He tries to throw the deep ball, and it's very hard coming away from your body, especially being a right-handed quarterback and throwing that deep ball, and it just got too much air under it. And Pottsville's going to pick it off at the 13-yard line.
Well, you hate to give them the ball, but if you're ever going to give them the ball inside their 10-yard lines where you want them to have it.
Well, no doubt that we were looking for a play there, and they were in a right coverage, and they had a free safety over the top, and just free safety just drifted over and made the interception. But first down and 10 going the other way with the 6:50 mark of the first quarter.
Got to bear down now, Hounds.
Hounds lead by 1 single.
First and 10 for Pottsville. Ball at the 13-yard line. Here's the snap. Just a handoff of the middle. Great job right there by the Hound defense. Clemmy Alcorn's going to be the first one to bring him down, and a bunch of orange hats follow.
Man, those hats are just coming. It's what you like to see on defense.
Jackson's Funeral Home, the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue. Our family serving your family. Care and comfort in your family's time of need. The Jackson's Funeral Home.
Clock rolling at 6:30. Score 7-6. The Greyhounds lead it.
2nd and 7 ball at the 15-yard line for Pottsville. Here's a snap. Another handoff up the middle.
Just a straight dive play.
Give him a couple, Alex Emery on the tackle for the Greyhounds.
Alex Emery.
3rd and about 4.
3rd down 3.
Dalton Phillips, Justin Simmons, Alex Emery, also Connor Prince and Zane Watkins going to be that front for your Greyhounds. Monquel Cox, JT Haynes, and Theron Davis going to be your secondary, and then your inside linebackers Clemmy Alcorn and Julius Pruitt.
And you got to watch the long count here.
Here's the snap, handoff. Dalton Phillips, great job, Dalton, just to hold on.
Attaboy. Well played by number 70, Dalton Phillips.
It's going to be close, and they're going to wave it first down.
Boy, not what I was expecting.
I don't know about the spot, but
it's just a game of inches.
absolutely, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Pottsville at the 23-yard line.
5:30 to go, and the clock is moving. The score is 7-6. The Greyhounds lead it.
Here's your snap. Just a handoff up middle again. Great job, great swarm right there by the Greyhounds.
Defensive line just battling. Those guys up front, as we said earlier, they're veterans. They've been in the trenches. They know what to expect, and you got to commend them for holding their ground here.
Alex Emery, once again, another tackle at that nose guard position. He's a hard guy to move.
Yeah, and he's tough. Clock continues to move. We're at 4:50 to go in the first quarter.
2nd and 9 for the Apaches. Ball at the 24-yard line. Here's a snap and just quarterback keep. And there's the option. Great pursuit right there for the Hounds, and he just makes just one of those over-the-shoulder tosses. And that was a great play by him. You got to credit that quarterback right there.
Just threw up a prayer, and it was answered.
And it's going to be close again. We'll see.
There's so much deception with this offense that you run. There's so many options of who could have the ball, so you have to honor your spot. You know, you have to kind of wait and let the play develop and see where the football is.
They're going to go out and measure.
Official timeout.
Reminds me about the MPOC Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic in Batesville from the White River Health Systems, committed to providing the best possible care utilizing the latest innovations in surgical and non-surgical bone and joint care. Treat arthritis, arthroscopic surgery, deformities, disabilities, joint replacements, osteoporosis, pain rehab, sports medicine, trauma, and fractures. And I saw on Facebook just the other day where they had the first robotic-assisted knee replacement in North Central Arkansas. World-class technology going on at 501 Virginia Drive in Batesville at the MPOC Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. These guys also at the satellite place WRMC Medical Complex in Newport.
The white hat shows that we're 6 inches short here, so it will remain 3rd down.
3rd down.
And you never know, especially with a team like this, 3rd and inches, you might take a shot right here, do something a little out of your comfort zone, and then come back to 4th and inches and hope that you can get that 6.
Run your dive play that's been so successful.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for a big stop by the Hounds right here. Watch the tight end.
There's a snap, and it's just a dive, and he's going to get the 1st down and more.
The bread and butter. It's just hard to stop this style of offense. One thing about it is your offense gets a good breather while these guys are out here, but boy, it wears down the defense quick.
Absolutely.
Down by number 62, Justin Simmons. 1st down, Pottsville at their own 41-yard line.
4:14 to play in the first quarter as the clock continues to move. The score is 7-6. Your Greyhounds lead it.
1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line.
Give these guys the football, and it's hard to take it away from them, isn't it?
Absolutely. And they're going to have 2 guys split out wide. There's a snap and just a toss play. And it's going to be another 1st down for Pottsville. JT Haynes and Monquel Cox is going to get the tackle.
Brought down by number 20.
And a reminder, this is a good quality 4A football team that we're playing here tonight.
Absolutely, and they played Clinton, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, in week 0, I guess you would call. And it was 7-0. Clinton won, and Clinton, a very, very good football
Solid.
team.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a good football team we're playing here.
3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter.
Hounds still leading 7-6. 1st and 10, ball at the 46-yard line. There's the snap, and just another handoff up the middle. Great tackle. Julius Pruitt going to make that tackle for the Hounds.
Brought down by number 32, Julius Pruitt.
6 on first down
40-yard line.
is not good enough for the Newport defense. You got to do a little bit better job. You got to find a way. You got to bowl your back, bowl your neck here a little bit.
I believe that's what Coach Hinsley just called a timeout for, and he's going to talk to him and get him fired up right here.
He will address it for sure.
Football game brought to you by Robert Turner, your financial advisor for Edward Jones. Focus areas include investors saving for retirement, retirees, college savers, individuals with insurance needs, and individual with estate needs. Robert Turner, number 62, and your program number 1 in your heart, invested in the community. And Farmers Tire Mart, if you're looking for tires for your car, your truck, your ATV, you need some for your boat trailer, whatever tires you might need, you can find them at Farmers Tire Mart. Don't forget, we fix flats, do oil changes, do a lot of repair work. We'll do a lot of brake work, front end work. Mobile service available. Check us out at farmerstiremart.com or come see us at 1501 Malcolm Avenue. Give us a call at 523-6735. And if you're looking for a home loan, how about Kenneth Thaxton III? Kenny, our good buddy, big Greyhound man, Bank of England Mortgage Company out at the Village Mall. And if you're thinking about buying a home and you need some financing on that home, he's the guy that you need to talk to. Great rates. He can get you some great rates. He has a lot of companies that he works with. Give Kenny a chance to earn your business if you're looking for a mortgage. And if you're even thinking about refinancing your current mortgage, give that guy a call at 870-495-3931 or his cell phone 501-590-3346. Bank of England Mortgage Company, Kenny Thaxton in the Village Mall. 2nd down and 6 coming up. The Hounds did take a timeout, or 2nd down and 4 coming up, excuse me. And you just gotta play a little better defensively right here. We're okay. Got to slow them down.
2nd and 4, ball at the 40-yard line for the Apaches. Going to split out 2 wide here. Here's the snap. And another handoff up the middle. He's still on his feet. It's going to be another 1st down for Pottsville.
They do what they do very well. They just execute, and they're where they're supposed to be. And even when we play it where we're supposed to be, it's still hard to defend this type of offense.
And not an overly sized team. I mean, they do have, I guess you would say, bigger players. But Pottsville's thing is they're aggressive. Their offensive line, they get after it. Defensive line, they get after it. They're very aggressive.
What we need is one of those pops right in the mouth right here, one of those bad boy mowers.
The bad boy mower hit of the week.
1st and 10, ball at the 34 for Pottsville. Here's the snap. Fakes the dive. Quarterback keep.
Number 10, Ben Jones on the carry.
Looks like a gain of about 3. 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in your first quarter. The Hounds lead at 7-6. One thing I'm not a fan of in this offense, it's so slow to get the play in. It's so slow to develop the play. It's so slow to figure out who's got the ball.
And it makes it slower by design because these guys don't want to hurry up against Newport.
That's exactly right.
Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle. He's got outside. A stiff arm, and he's going to be brought down around the 10-yard line.
Hard bit of running by that young man right there. Greyhounds were there to make the stop.
Monquel Cox on the tackle for the Greyhounds. And it's hard when you got 3 running backs and all 3 of them can run the ball, and then also your quarterback can run the ball.
Right. Yeah, you got to defend 4 plus a couple of tight ends and inside the 10-yard line here. 1st down and go.
Personnel change. Dalton Phillips comes out of the game.
Hunter Hurst going to check in for the Greyhounds. 1st and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff up the middle, but there is a whistle on the play. I think it had to be a false start. Illegal procedure.
I'll take it.
And it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Bring them back to the 14-yard line. Make it first to go from the 14.
Minute 45 to go. Greyhounds still lead 7-6
Remains first and goal.
as the Pottsville Apaches are knocking on the door.
Here's the snap, just a toss out to the far side. He's got room, but he's going to be brought down short.
Number 2.
Pretty good collision there. I couldn't tell what number that was for the Greyhounds, but I saw a pop.
JT Haynes and
A bad boy hit right there. Bad boy mowers in Batesville.
Going to bring up second down.
Clock continues to move. 1:15 that remains in the first quarter. Score is 7-6. Your Greyhounds lead it.
second and goal from the 1-yard line.
1 yard to go. This is where this offense thrives. Let's see if these Greyhounds can have a big goal line stand here.
And they'll get in that heavy set with the 3 back, 2 tight end. There's the snap, just a handoff up the middle. We'll see where they mark you. Typically when you run, okay, and they give it a touchdown. Typically when a guy goes out there and runs like that, he's going to mark him short, but they're going to give it to him and give him the touchdown. And Pottsville will take the lead here in the first quarter with 44 seconds to go. 12-7 over your Newport Greyhounds. And it looks Pottsville will probably go for 2.
Yeah, they're in the offensive huddle here, so we're going to see them try for 2. Need a big stop right here, Hayden. Look for the dive.
There's the snap. Fake, and they're going to run a bootleg. Everything's covered. At 35, he drops it in the end zone.
No good.
Goes fast.
Your score is now 7-12.
35, Trey.
Your Greyhounds have fallen behind, but we will receive the kickoff and get this offense rolling again.
City of Newport Recycling Center open 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and we talk about them a lot, and a lot of people still don't know about them. Folks, if you've got some stuff that you want to just, get rid of, discard, from cardboard to newspaper, magazines, tin cans, aluminums, they take electronics, they take clothing, glass bottles now. Drop them by the Newport Recycling Center. Give Bonnie a call at 217-0070. They're located at 218 3rd Street, downtown Newport. George Kell Motor Company player of the game. Subway coaches show after the football game. Hounds trail 12-7 now. And offense coming back on the field. Hayden, we need to put it in gear right here.
I say we stay in the air. I really do. I like the screen. I like the jet sweep we're wearing Monquail. I like all the different things that we're seeing opposed to what we saw last year. And when you got a guy like Joe Brodus, you got to feed him the ball.
Sure.
And I understand running it up. But when you take that guy, that bruiser out, and Clemmy Alcorn will step up in his spot as the bruiser. But so much speed on the field, I like getting outside and I like throwing the ball, especially with the skill set guys that we have.
Well, I was going to say, we had the one play drive. Obviously, we scored the touchdown. Then the next little old drive, we throw the interception on third and, a medium range play. But this will be a third offensive possession here in the first quarter, 12-7. You just got to put points on the board. These guys are going to take the football, and Newport's defense is going to have to find a way to stop these guys. And it's very tough to do because this is the type of team that has given Newport fits in the last several years because they give everybody fits with the style of offense that they run. It's not just Newport defense, it's anybody's defense.
This is a tough offense to defend, no doubt.
Kicking off is number 24.
44 seconds remain in your first quarter.
Here's the kick. He's going to kick it deep this time. It's going to go over Clark's head, and we'll see where we get it. And he's going to let it roll out of bounds.
Yeah, if that ball goes out of bounds, a penalty flag, and then we'll either get it at the 35 or have them kick again. Did not hear what the guy said. The White Hat has a microphone here on the field, so I think the Hounds will take the football. Is it the 35 or the 40 where we get it?
It'll be the 35.
That's what I thought. So they're going to mark it there, first down and 10 for the Hounds. Hounds' third offensive possession. still playing in the first quarter here. You know, it doesn't help defensively when you lose your starting linebacker the first series.
Absolutely. Theron Davis checking into tailback for the Greyhounds. First 10, here's a snap. Cash going to throw. Hitch route to J.T. Haynes. Good catch. J.T. Haynes going to get upfield just short of a first down. Give him 9. Great job right there. And that's what I like to see of the Greyhounds. If we can throw the ball like this with Cash throwing the rifles, it opens up the run game so much for us.
Earlier this week, I saw Cash and a couple old Greyhounds working out on the field, and along with Julius Clark, and he looked really well. I know he's prepared and put the time in this summer to throw that strike.
2nd and 1, ball at the 44. Clemmy comes in motion. Here's a handoff up the middle. Theron Davis just runs over a guy, and first down and more for the Greyhounds. Just so explosive.
Just explosive. I mean, just as soon as you get the ball, he's just as fast as he was when he started. It's amazing, the explosiveness of that kid. 9 seconds remaining in your first quarter. Cash takes the play. Clock is moving. 5, 4.
First 10 at the 50. We get it off. We hand it off to Theron. Theron back up the middle. Theron Davis hard running again. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll end the first quarter. We got a little scuffle on the field.
A little extracurricular out here.
No flags called, but it will bring the first quarter to an end, with the Pottsville Apaches leading 12-7 over your Newport Greyhounds.
Unity Health and Medical Center, located at 1205 McLean Street in Newport. Home health care, emergency room service, podiatry services, pediatrics, primary care, rehabilitation therapy service, senior care, surgical services, women's health, birthing center. For more information, you can go to Harris Medical Center and on their website by Googling Harris Medical Center and find out all the information about our local hospital there. Unity Health Harris Medical Center at 1205 McLean Street, 523-8911. El Puente Restaurant. We thank El Puente for sponsoring Greyhound football here on Cable Channel 15 TV. And if you're in there, make sure you tell Manuel and all the crew to thank them for sponsoring Greyhound football. You know, they have a call-in and a drive-through, great food. If you're hungry, everybody's eating at El Puente for lunch and for dinner, or supper, as I like to call it. El Puente Restaurant will have great tea. Service is outstanding. Come visit us. All your neighbors are eating at El Puente. And Norman Baker Pharmacy, Mary Davis and crew, your local pharmacy, and located at 2200 Malcolm Avenue in the former Kroger building. You know where they are now. Right next door to WRMC Medical Complex with a convenient drive-through window, and they'll file your insurance claims and medical drug reports for you. Second down and 4 for the Hounds here to start the second quarter. Come on, Greyhounds, let's put points on the board.
Trips to the top of your screen. Zaylon Smith, lone receiver to this side. Monquel Cox to running back. Here's a snap. Throw to J.T. Haynes. J.T. Haynes, stiff arm. And Julius Clark just pushes him.
Extra push.
Great job. Going to bring up 3rd and short for the Greyhounds.
Tremendous awareness on Julius Clark's part to see that and give that extra push. 11:43 remaining as the clock continues to move. 3rd down and 1 for the Greyhounds.
Hounds trailing 12-7. We're in the second quarter here.
There's the snap. Just a handoff up the middle. Monquel Cox. It's going to be a loss.
Met with much resistance there. Somebody blew that play up and couldn't tell what exactly happened, but we'll get that lined out. 4th down and 1 to go.
A long one. And we're going to go for it. I like the aggressiveness, John Bradley. And they call a timeout. Pottsville calls the timeout. As you see on the, you'll go back and see 17, the bigger guy who's been playing tight end for him, is going to go in, check at a defensive spot, more than likely a defensive tackle, thinking that they're going to go punt team, or it's going to be a 4th down and short. We're going to try to run it up the middle, try to have some more meat in there. And they didn't like it with us spread out like that.
Well, I mean, here's the situation when it's 4th down and short. I mean, you would think that you can get a yard. You know, we just ran a play that we didn't get any on. We lost a little bit on, but you like your confidence here. You know, you'd have a lot of teams that want to punt right here. You have some teams that don't ever punt on 4th down. So, you know, I don't think it's a gamble at all to go for this on 4th down right here, and I think that's what I would do also. And you got to have a little confidence in your offensive line, and you get yourself a push, and you make it. This might even be one of those opportunities where you take a gamble and you fake a pass, you know, you fake a handoff inside, and you hit a guy on a wheel route, or you hit a tight end, you know, come streaking down the middle of the field. We'll see what happens.
And can flip momentum just like that for the Greyhounds.
Absolutely could.
Big spot in the ball game right here for the Hounds, no doubt. 10:59 remaining on the clock.
Watch Julius Clark over the middle.
All right, here we go.
4th down for the Greyhound.
Let the Whiteout get out of the way. Monquel Cox going to be the tailback. Cash Forrester going to be your quarterback. Try to go offsides play, doesn't work. Fleming out corner motion. Here's the handoff up the middle. Monquel Cox. Monquel Cox still on his feet. Monquel Cox 1st down and more. Monquel Cox. Great, tough running from Monquel.
Tough running, a hard-nosed kid, just hit the hole hard and got the yards that we needed to convert for the first.
At the attacking 30-yard line.
Going to mark it at the 30-yard line. I like the call.
Sure.
And I really like it when you get a 1st down out of it.
Well, it's really not a gamble there, whether you make it or not. I mean, I like the call right there, too. I think I do that 10 out of 10 times.
Here's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Throws it far sideline. Great catch. They're going to give him the catch.
Give him the catch.
Took a big lick right there, but held on to the football.
You know, that's a tough position to put a kid in right there, but he maintained the catch, came down in bounds, and looks like we like about 5 yards to go for the first.
Brings up 2nd down 5.
You'll take 5 yards every time on 1st down, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Hounds quickly to the line.
You have a bunch set. Here we go. Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash scrambling. Cash has got a man wide open. He throws it up. Julius Clark catches, and Julius just loses footing. But he had to leave his feet to go get that ball. But it's going to be 1st and goal for the Greyhounds. Great job, Cash Forrester, to escape some pressure and found a guy wide open.
Yeah, he just scrambling, man, and looks so much better than last year. He just keeps improving, and I'm looking for him every game to keep improving as well.
Yeah, he did. He rolled his way away from some pressure, and it gave Julius time enough to get open. Finish right here.
1st and goal, ball at the 2-yard line. Hand off Theron Davis. Theron Davis is met in the backfield.
Number 2, Theron Davis.
Give those guys credit. They were just there and made the play.
Down by number 74.
Well, they're selling out on the handoff inside there.
A loss back to the 5-yard line.
Cash Forster would keep one right here. He'd tiptoe right into the end zone.
Absolutely. 2nd and goal, ball at the 5-yard line.
They will sell out on the running back again here.
And Theron Davis at the tailback position. Clark comes in motion. Here's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash is hit. Cash still on his feet looking for a guy. He's got a guy open. Touch. Oh! And we drop it. Had a guy open. Cash Forster took a lick in the backfield to stay on his feet and had a guy open. And that's just one of those things when you're open like that. You're thinking about it too much, and sometimes the ball just doesn't go to your hands.
That's just part of the game. What a tough move by Cash to take a hit and to continue to roll, and found an open receiver in the end zone, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. 9:32 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Hounds trail 7-12.
3rd and goal, ball at the 5-yard line. And it looks like we're gonna have a false start on the offense.
We just got to back up, take a breather, guys, and get back after it. Play Greyhound football.
Make it 3rd and goal at the 10-yard line now.
Well, the last 2 times we throw the football, we have guys wide open, and just, you know, we were wide open there because it looked like it was going to be a sack the play before that, before the dead ball foul there. But we didn't execute the play through the touchdown, so it's going to be 3rd down and goal.
And it's a team you have to execute on.
From the 10.
Here's the snap. Cash rolling out to his right, looking back left. A little screen pass to Theron Davis. Theron Davis in open field. Theron Davis going to be brought down around the 5-yard line. 4th and goal at the 5.
Hounds will go, I'm pretty sure.
Brought down to number 24, Justin Mullinax.
And had a man down for a brief second for Pottsville, but he pops right back up.
4th and goal from the 6-yard line.
Tommy Allen and crew at the Dillinger Funeral Home. Back on Greyhound football this year. We'll talk more about Tommy as we go.
Trips this side. Here comes Zaywin in motion. Here's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash throws it. Julius Clark just drops it. And had another guy open, and Julius just doesn't come down with it.
A lot of pressure on these young kids in that position. You know, it's 4th down. The game is a close game, and it's just sometimes you just can't make the catch.
Yeah, and in all fairness, Julius had to go up. He had to go up. He had to leap off his feet, try to catch the football. Didn't get it done. And that's part of the game right there. But so important that the Hound defense can hold right here, force these guys to punt, and get some good offensive field position. You drop, a couple of touchdown passes there, but it's just part of the game. That happens.
First game jitters, we got to get that stuff out of the way.
1st and 10, ball at the 6-yard line. Here's the snap. Just a dive up the middle.
9 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The Hounds trail 12-7.
Host of Greyhounds on that tackle. Make it 2nd and 5. Ball at the 11-yard line for the Apaches. Break the huddle. Here they come. Here's the snap. And just a handoff. Outside 2, he's going to have a first down.
This whole offense, I've never, ever liked playing against this offense just because it's so hard to defend. I know we keep saying that but you never know where the ball is. It takes you 3 or 4 seconds to figure out where the ball is, and once you determine that, then you have to go put yourself in a position to make the play. It's just tough.
Especially with the other opponents we play, that most teams now run the spread.
Yep.
1st and 10, ball at the 16 for Pottsville. Here's the snap. Handoff to the right. Great job. Great pursuit right there for the Greyhounds. Dalton Phillips is going to get the tackle for loss, but Spencer Murphy, the first guy on contact.
Plays like that really disrupt this offense. Anytime you get a play for a loss, this offense doesn't seem to click as well.
You mentioned Dillinger Funeral Home, a family-owned business that spent more than 80 years putting people first and treating customers like family. Dillinger Funeral Home in Newport, Tommy Allen and crew.
7 minutes and 42 seconds remaining on the clock as it continues to roll.
2nd and 14. There's the dive play. He breaks the tackle. He's going to get up around the original line of scrimmage.
3rd and 9 maybe.
3rd and a long 9.
If you can have that play for the loss every series, it really puts these guys behind the 8 ball.
We're going to mark it at the 19-yard line, make it 3rd and 8.
Oh.
Well, big defensive play here for the Hounds coming up.
Come on, Greyhounds.
Big 3rd down stop right here for the Greyhounds. Looks like we're going to bring pressure. Here's the snap. Handoff. No, quarterback keeps it. There's the pitch, and the guy's wide open. And he's in open field, but Theron Davis looks like he's going to hawk him down. And Theron Davis does a great job staying with that guy and getting him down. Around the 20-yard line, another big play for Pottsville.
It's just this offense is not designed for that, but from time to time when you have that, there's not much you can do there. we made a good play to run him down and stop him from scoring.
Yeah, we had it played pretty well. We had a couple of phases of the option there, stopped completely, but it was the third guy, the third phase, the pitch out that we didn't have covered. And that's just great execution on their part.
Yeah, give those guys credit. They're trying to.
First and goal for the
First and 10 with the ball at the 21-yard line for Pottsville. There's the dive up the middle. Great job, Clemmy Alcorn.
Clemmy.
Number 34, Curtis Kemp.
Played perfectly by Clemmy Alcorn, number 5.
Well, what you got to have there, Clemmy had him wrapped up, and you had white jerseys standing around. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of people attacking and closing and, trying to come in there for some help. You got to have some help right there.
Got to have that orange swarm.
6 minutes, 12 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hounds trail 12-7, excuse me.
2nd and 8 for the Apaches. Ball at the 19-yard line going in. There's the snap. Just a dive up the middle. Great job. And a great tackle right there. Justin Simmons going to get the tackle. Had a little suplex right there.
Little suplex. Nothing like a little WCW NWO.
Brings up third down.
And again, not a lot of guys flying to the football right there. But then again, you got to play position football. You got to play. You got to do your job. You have to be in your spot in case they run something besides the dive play. So that takes away a lot of aggression from time to time.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
3rd and 5, ball at the 11-yard line for Pottsville. Here's the snap, and they're going to hand it off up the middle. No. We'll see the spot. It looks like it's going to be 4th and short.
Clock continues to roll. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Bring up 4th and 2 with the ball at the 14-yard line. This is what was big for the Greyhounds last year defensively.
Absolutely, it certainly was.
Felt like when you needed a big stop on 4th down, you could count on your Greyhound defense. So we'll see right here if we bring some pressure.
Watch the ball.
Here's the snap. We're going to hand it off up the middle.
He looks to be short. We'll see about the spot.
By the spot, they will give him the first down. And just an off-tackle handoff right there.
Ball at the 10-yard line. First and goal.
Well, we're in a 12-7 game right here, and you need a stop. 1st and goal, and you talking about it's, best I can tell, barely inside the 10.
Just inside the 10.
It's a good spot for us defensively. They got to earn all 10 of them.
Here's a snap for Pottsville. And a dive, and it's met. Great job. And there's the pursuit you were talking about, David. Great job. Spencer Murphy and Hunter Hurst going to get the tackle.
Number 70,
yeah, that's what you got to have right there. You just got to have one man meet him, and then you got to have the rest of the help coming.
Loss of 1.
Loss of 1, make it 2nd and 11.
4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Hounds trail 12-7. Pottsville is knocking on the door.
Yeah, they didn't get anything there.
Here's the snap. He's going to look to pass. He pump fakes, and he's going to roll out. Great pursuit. And they will say it is an incomplete pass.
Pass looks to be broken up by, got a man down.
Second Greyhound tonight being attended to by Zach Hoyt. Got an official's timeout on the field, and we'll Theron, correct? So he's being attended to, and we'll just keep it right here until we know more.
When it first happened, I thought J.T. Haynes, but it could be Theron. I did see a 2 on the jersey, so we will see.
He's sitting up, and now he's about to get up. He's good.
And it is Theron. And he'll walk off.
Little shaken up on that play, but glad to see the young man walking off.
Our local hometown bank in Newport's Merchants and Planners Bank. Main office on 2nd Hazel Street, downtown Newport, 523-3601. And M&P Insurance Services, downtown Newport. Good folks at M&P. Locally owned and operated and been there for many, many years. Merchants and Planters Bank.
3 minutes and 43 seconds remain. The second quarter. Hounds trail 12-7. It's 3rd down and 10. Apache football.
Bad Boy Mower, collision of the week. Hit of the week coming up right here. Right here it is.
Here it is.
Here's a snap for Pottsville. Just a toss play outside. Great blocking, great play, and Pottsville getting the end zone. Touchdown, Pottsville.
Number 2, Elijah Broadley.
Good execution on their part. Just give those guys credit.
They put Big 40, who's been playing the running back position for Pottsville, put him outside at a receiver position, and he's quite a bit bigger than the corner, and he just gets that guy outside, gets him out of the play.
Good execution from their standpoint.
Makes it 18-7 in favor of Pottsville. And Pottsville there's an official's timeout for what?
Something going on the sidelines of Newport here. Josh Pan and see what we got.
Might ask the guys here, Coach McGee and Coach Reynolds are beside us right here. What did they ask for?
Calling for a stretcher.
We've got a kid that's out there, and what we're going to do, we're going to take a pause, and we're going to take a pause right here. We took a pause there because they had called for the stretcher to come over to the Newport side, and Theron Davis had just checked on him and brought him off the field. And when he got over there, he fell down, kind of collapsed, but he's not going to leave on the stretcher. But is he leaving, though? Is he walking out?
It looks like he is going to walk to the locker room with no shoulder pads on.
Okay, but we think we have Coach McGee and Coach Reynolds are in the press box here with us, and hopefully that young man is.
The 2-point conversion for Pottsville is good. Make your score Apaches 20, Newport Greyhound 7.
Your score, Pottsville 20.
Wasn't even paying any attention that they were about to run a play, but hopefully that Theron will be okay, and that's the second Greyhound that the Hounds lost tonight. You know, and coming in, guys, the one thing that we said is we can't afford to have injuries, and we've had 2 injuries already tonight. And when you lose a linebacker and you lose a two-way player on both sides of the ball and you're fastest guy on the team, you've lost, good football players. And you can ill afford to lose anybody, much less lose a couple of guys. But you got to keep on plugging, and that old mentality that we talk about, mentality of next man up, that's what you got to do. You just got to get under there and rock and roll. We've got to find a way to stop these guys, but we've also got to find a way to score touchdowns when we get the ball inside first and go from the 1.
Just play the hand that you're dealt. That's all we can do.
They're expecting another onside kick here for Pottsville.
3:38 to go, the second quarter. Hounds trail 20-7.
3 minutes, 38 seconds left to play in the second quarter. It's a pooch kick. Going to go over our heads, out of bounds.
It's another Martin Automotive kickoff, and goes out of bounds, and the Hounds will have the football. 1st down and 10 at the 35. If you're looking for used inventory, used automobile, used SUV, used truck, try martinautomotive.com.
The Hounds will get the ball at the 35-yard line with the kick going out of bounds.
Well, you lose a speed guy here, so now you have to say, what do we do offensively? We're throwing the football. Cash can throw the football. He can certainly get us back in the ball game. Not that we're out of the ball game at 20-7, but
need something good to happen here.
Yeah, before the half, no doubt.
1st and 10, ball at the 35. Here's snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash got a man, Zaywin Smith. Zaywin Smith's going to be brought down for a short gain.
Complete to number 9, Zaywin Smith.
Pottsville is tackling very well, one-on-one.
On the stop for the Apaches.
Give him 2 on the play. Make it 2nd and 8 for the Greyhounds. A little up-tempo for the Greyhounds. Monquel Cox hit the tailback position. Here's a snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash has got time. Cash throws it to a guy. Julius Pruitt just threw his hands. And Cash took a big lick right there. But the offensive line giving him time, and then finally a guy just comes and lays a lick on him.
Yeah, Cash is a big kid. He's a tough kid. On the way down here, Nation and I were talking about him taking the initial lick like he did down here in the first quarter and continue to let the play develop.
3rd and 8 for the Greyhounds. Ball at the 37-yard line.
3 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Clark coming in motion. Here's the jet sweep to Julius Clark. Julius Clark trying to get outside. Julius Clark with a spin move. Julius Clark picking up a good gain right there for the Greyhounds.
Hard bit of running by Julius Clark. Good job. Clock continues to move. We're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
You got a big decision to make here offensively. 4th and 2. Their offense is not a big strike offense, even though they can strike big.
It looks like John Bradley is going to let the play clock roll all the way down to 1 and then call a timeout and then discuss what they're going to do.
Well, I would think at that stage, honestly, we would punt the football by letting all that time come off the clock. I'm thinking maybe there's no question. They just want to run the clock down to 2. I don't know what would do. I would think if we were going to go for it, we would have taken a timeout and still had more time on the clock. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in a minute, won't we?
We will.
I want to remind everybody about Sonic Drive-In. Boy, I love to go to the Sonic. I like to pull in there and get that double cheeseburger, mustard, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, extra tomato on there. And I might even get me one of those steak sandwiches, but I like the tater tots. Sometimes get French fries, but onion rings are okay every now and then. But, well, what tops it off during the night, if you go up there, it doesn't matter what time, you get some half-price shakes. You know, I don't remember the times exactly, maybe after 8 o'clock or 8 to 11,
something like that.
They're just half-price shakes. But, boy, I like the Oreo cookie Sonic Blast. And I don't like the small one, and I don't like the medium. I like the extra large and the biggest cup. I want the biggest cup that Sonic makes. Give me one of those and give me some extra Oreo in there. That'll be $47, Mr. Black. You ordered a huge one, a barrel full. I got a barrel full for $47, doesn't it? Hounds will punt.
And Cash Forster is going to be the punter for the Greyhounds. Good snap. Cash got plenty of time to punt, and a good punt at that. Going to hit around the 25. He's going to pick it up, try to get outside. And great job, great assignment for our punt team right there to get down there and tackle the guy before he can do anything.
Special teams, something I want to talk about. Something that cannot be overlooked because they play such an important role in your wins and losses. Even though you don't see them every play and you don't see them all the time, you've got to have guys down there that can make the plays when they need to make them.
And we'll see what Pottsville tries to do here. 1st and 10 on the 18. If they'll try to go score or if they'll just try to run the clock out here and take the lead in the half.
Is that a buzz we hear?
Here's the snap, just a handoff dive up the middle. It looks like as if Pottsville's just going to try to run the clock out here.
St. Michael's Place at 1311 North Pecan Street. The phone number is 523-9514. 24-hour nursing services facility with a restorative nursing program, short-term rehab and therapy, and long-term home-like environment. Beautiful remodeled building, and be sure to watch us on the Business Spotlight. St. Michael's Place is the place to be in Newport.
2nd and 6. Here's the double handoff, and it's just smothered by the Greyhounds. Dalton Phillips going to get the tackle.
Hounds have a timeout left. Will they use it here?
It's 3rd and 10.
We're going to wait and see what happens on this play. They're going to run another 25 seconds off the clock.
And they're going to actually come in and play. The play clock winding down under 10 seconds. 53 seconds in the ball game, or into the first half remaining. 3rd and 10 for Pottsville. There's just a handoff trying to get outside. He has nowhere to go. Great job, great pursuit by the defense.
Will the Hounds call timeout and make them punt?
Clock continues to roll with 33 seconds remaining in the first half, excuse me.
Maybe we don't have a timeout. Oh, we get a timeout finally.
4th and 9.
4th and 9 for Pottsville. With the ball at the 19-yard line.
Well, you know they're going to punt. I mean, every second's precious, and that's why I was thinking just a while ago about running some time off the clock there.
And with our special team, if they try to punt it to us, we can take one to the house right here.
No doubt about it.
With Julius Clark back here.
Yeah, you have the option to try to block a punt. You have the option to try to set up a return. You have the option of throwing the football once you. Yeah, we called the timeout a lot quicker than what the clock operator said we did, so they added some time back to the clock.
And it was our last timeout for the half, so we will try to get out of bounds as quickly as possible.
And get 10 yards, it stops the clock, or out of bounds, as you say. And let me tell you what, it would be miraculous for us to get a score right here, but I believe in miracles. Let's get a score right here.
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
And watch the football. Don't jump off sides here. Don't give them cheap yards. But it looks like we're going to try to go block this thing. There's the snap. Bringing pressure. He just gets it off. And a high punt at that. And Julius Clark's going to. Julius Clark looks like he muffed it. But they're going to say it went out of bounds first. Greyhound ball at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, the ball went out of bounds before he had possession of the football.
And Pottsville's not happy with that call.
Hounds have 23 seconds to work with here.
I believe it took us 11 to get the first touchdown.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, we ought to score 2.
Yeah, we got time to score 2 here. 20-7, the Hounds trail on the road at Pottsville. Pottsville is 33-7 during the 2010s, 2010, 11, 12, all the way up to 18. 33-7, which is a phenomenal home record.
Looks like we got the chains backwards here.
First down 10. Newport.
It's 1st and none.
49.
1st and none.
Josh, you ever had the chains backwards?
1st and 10. Here comes that quad set to the top of your screen. Pottsville will call a timeout because, like we said earlier, that was the first play we ran. We ran the quad set. We threw the screen pass, and Pottsville's not going to give it up again.
Coach said, hold on a minute, guys. Let's do something different.
Well, we'll sit those 4 out there, and we'll throw somebody back on this side.
I like it.
Hounds trailing 20-7 here in the first half, and I mean, you never know coming in about football teams, and you never know how they're going to respond, and you don't know when injuries set in what that does for you, and you know, when we got the first injury, and you could just tell it after that kind of affected our kids because of the seriousness of the injury, and Tyler Johnson, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, starting linebacker, and then I mean, our kids were just kind of
bumfuzzled.
Yeah, bumfuzzled after that. But anyway, we'll get straight at it to half and come back out here to hopefully we can get us a miracle score right here.
See what John Bradley can draw up right here with 23 seconds left to go in the first half for the Greyhounds. Going to have that quad set to the top of your screen again. Clark going to be at a tight end over here. We're watching Clark over here on the near sideline. And we jump off sides. It's going to be a false start for the Greyhounds.
There are those dreaded penalties that we hate to see. I would much rather have penalties like this early in the year, and because those are things we can work on.
Absolutely. Things you can go in and fix.
You can fix those things, that's correct.
Make it 1st and 15, ball at the 46 for the Greyhounds. Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. He's going to throw the screen, and he's hit In the back, Zaywood Smith breaks a tackle. Zaywood Smith down the sideline. Zaywood Smith still on his feet. Zaywood Smith is going to get an end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds.
Touchdown, Greyhound.
Touchdown, Greyhounds. Yes, a miracle for the Hounds.
Miracle. Big time play, big time execution. Saw an awesome block. I couldn't tell who laid it out here.
Clemmy Alcorn came back on a back block. Can we give an offensive player a bad boy collision?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay.
Write it down.
Bad boy hit of the game so far. Clemmy Alcorn spun a guy around and he spun him down.
Big time momentum play there in the ball game before we go into half.
It's a difference maker in this football game. It is a difference maker. And an injured Apache looks like it may be a lower extremity type injury. I mean, I really can't see, so I'm looking at the monitor here.
Possibly a cramp.
Maybe just a cramp.
We never had those when I was playing. What are those?
I hear you. You know, this time of year when you get hot and you just, no matter how much you prepare for it and how much you work and how much you think you're in shape, and when it comes time and you've been practicing a long time and from early in the summer, and all of a sudden you get at game speed, a little bit more energy, a little bit more livelihood.
It's hard to stay hydrated, like you said. It's,
Yes,
it's
it
hot
is.
and muggy in pregame out here warming up. Everybody's just sweat rolling off of them, just standing there.
It's hard to prepare for your 4 quarters.
Sure it is.
Especially with guys going both ways.
That's right.
But Zaywin Smith broke a tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes, he did.
And then 2 guys try to wrap him up, and he goes through both of them. Clemmy Alcorn with a great block on the backside.
A crusher. A bad boy Moore, hit of the week.
And Rolando Noguez for the point after. Snap, hold, kick. It is good. Rolando.
What a huge play, and so important of how we handled the timeout to get those guys to punt again. And once they punted to us, and then we got a good call here, I thought that was a correct call. I thought maybe they had every opportunity in the world to give the football to Pottsville on that call, the punt that Julius dropped. But they didn't get the ball, and then we jump off sides on our 1st and 10 play and make it 1st and 15, and Zaywin Smith with a huge play. And it's big. I mean, Hounds have had 2 big, huge offensive plays tonight for their 14 points. And these guys have just taken the football and just driven it methodically down the field and put points on the board.
And Zaywin Smith, a senior this year, that hadn't got a lot of playing time. The past 2 years, he's had to battle for a spot, and older guys, obviously the veterans that played 2 or 3 years ahead of him. So he's been waiting for this moment, and what a play right there to get the ball in your hands and go score.
What a way to, like you say, to get your start. Been waiting, due time, give those veterans their chance, and when he gets his chance, he runs like a deer.
The Apache is ready to receive the kick.
10 seconds remaining in the first half.
Cash Forrester going to kick it off for the Greyhounds. Cash just a squib kick. They muff it, and they're going to get on it right around the 35-yard line.
And no time ran off the clock there. That's the old hometown official clock keeper. Yeah, one guy touched it, and he dropped it and rolled around for about 3 or 4 seconds. And let's see if they make any adjustments to the clock. They do not. So there's plenty of time for time for Pottsville, not Clarksville, time for Pottsville to run 4 plays here. When you're on the road,
no doubt.
When you're on the road, it happens.
It looks like Pottsville's just going to take a knee into half. And that's exactly what they'll do. And we'll go into half. Pottsville Apaches 20, your Newport Greyhounds 14.
The score, Pottsville 20, Newport 14.
Second half action coming right at you, and as we said, 20-14 in favor of the Apaches over the Greyhounds at this point of the football game. And just want to remind everybody real quickly about some of our Greyhound boosters, including Sam Nicholson Farms, supporting the Greyhounds for over 4 generations, and more on the way. The Nicholson Family Farms. Glass Plus, located at 1110 Highway 367 North, handling residential, commercial, automotive glass. We do mirrors, screens, prints, picture framing, auto glass repair and replacement. 523-3505. Mark Manning, Shelter Insurance, Auto, Home, Life, Business Renters Insurance. We're your shield, we're your shelter, located at 1400 Malcolm Avenue. 523-6514. And Neil and Keith, the battery guys. You need a battery for your ATV, you need one for a boat, you need one for your automobile, your car, your truck. We've got them all. We do sales and service on golf carts too. Come by and see the battery guys, or give us a call at 523-2758. B&T Battery. Larry Llewellyn, Zach Llewellyn family and crew, supporting the Greyhounds for many, many years. Both Greyhound football players. Mr. Sam, a Greyhound football player many years ago. Many generations represented by the Llewellyn family. And those guys are the tax professionals. They're located in downtown Newport on 407 Walnut Street. Give them a call at 523-6764. The Doyle Family Farms, Mickey, Tinker, and all the family, saluting the Newport Greyhounds. The Doyle family is extremely involved in our Greyhound program for Pee Wee to senior high hounds. Go Hounds from the Doyle family. And the Churchman Building Center, Ace Hardware. We're more than a building center, there's no doubt about that. Paint, carpet, car clothing to go along with everything you need for building projects. From minor repairs to major renovations, think Ace is the place on Highway 367 North Newport. The Churchman family. Guys, we've got 24 minutes to try to see if we can overcome this 6-point deficit that we have. We dropped a touchdown pass. We could have had our third score up there. We didn't get it. Hayden, what do you see the second half?
Our defense is going to have to play a big part. We got to stop these guys. I know we've been talking about it, preaching about it all night long, but these guys run that dreaded offense. We have to get a stop and let that offense go back out there and score.
Ben, changes to be made.
Yeah, Hayden and I were talking about at half. It's really tough on your big guys on defense to be out there defending this offense that's so slow, and they continue to just keep the ball. And then when they turn around, they don't get a break on offense. They go right back out there. They're staying on the field. So you just got to take advantage of the opportunities that they give you and try to get ahead.
Well, here we go. We're just about ready to go, and it's another Mark Martin kickoff. MarkMartinAutomotive.com, and here's Hayden Schultz.
Cash Forster going to kick off for the Greyhounds. Wait for the whistle from the white hat. And we're ready to go. Cash going to kick it. A little pooch kick over the middle. It's going to fall through. The guy's just going to go to his knees.
He kind of lost his footing there. He looked like he wanted to try to return that ball and just couldn't get his feet back under him.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that we covered a lot of real estate a while ago. The Bratcher Real Estate touchdown. Zaywin Smith on an incredible run. Pretty good way to cap off the end of the half to get the Hounds to 20-14. Brought to you by Bratcher Real Estate.
They're going to mark the ball at the 29-yard line for the Apaches. 1st and 10, where they'll set up shop. Come on, defense.
Hounds have got to have some stops.
Need something big to happen here, no doubt.
There's the snap, just a dive play. Great job by the Hounds. And that's something we hadn't really seen tonight, is having multiple orange helmets around the football right there.
Yeah, that was played exceptionally well. That's how you want to play it every time. Just try to get by with minimal damage. If they get a yard or two, that's fine. We just don't want them to get 3 or 4 every carry.
2nd and 7 for Pottsville. Ball right around the 33-yard line. 2 guys going to split out here. Here's the snap, just another dive. Great job by the Hounds. Julius Pruitt.
That's the Greyhound defense that we were looking for all first half. I guarantee you, Coach Hinesley went in there, made some adjustments, got them fired up, and came out, and this defense is ready to play ball. 3rd and about 8. 11 minutes left. The 3rd quarter, clock continues to move.
Ball at the 32-yard line. Like we said earlier, Pottsville doesn't like this 3rd and long. Big stop right here for the defense. Let's go,
Come on,
Hounds.
defense, let's go.
Well, look for these guys, try to get the ball to the corner and go wide.
There's the snap. Quarterback keeps it. And they're going to say it.
Forward pass.
A forward pass. It looked like the guy was in front of him. It was designed to be the option, but the guy was still going and the quarterback got hit.
Yeah, he tried to pitch the ball in transition for being hit. That's a big time stop by the Greyhound
But
defense.
if anything, it brings up fourth down.
Fourth down, baby. Let's go, Hounds.
Hound defense does what they have to do to stop this powered offense of Pottsville, and here goes Julius Clark back deep for the Hounds.
And a guy who can take it to the house at the punt returner position.
A huge threat to go the distance right here.
Bad snap. Punter's going to muff it. He's on his feet. He's still on his feet, but he's going to be brought down, and we're going to have great field position for the offense.
That's big time right there. Momentum changer. You score before coming into half. They take a knee. They kick off the ball. We stop them. Now we have the ball almost down to the 20-yard line at about the 21, 22.
And just a bad snap there, but Clemmy Alcorn came off the edge, was untouched. Kid tried to pick it up. Clemmy just did what he was supposed to, came off the edge hard and caused that disruption.
That's the type of pressure that we saw all year last year from the Greyhound special teams on the punt return team.
1st and 10 for the Greyhounds, ball at the 22-yard line. Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash still looking. Cash is going to be hit. But Cash, they'll mark it as a sack. Cash tried to keep it and get what he could out of it.
He stepped up in the pocket, met some more resistance, and just held on to the football.
Only lost a couple there.
Back to the 24-yard line.
Hounds must take advantage here.
12.
Yeah, we've got to put it away right here. We've got to get a score in here and just give us a little cushion.
2nd and 12, ball at the 24. Here's the snap, and we're going to hand it off to Clemmy Alcorn up the middle. Clemmy Alcorn, tough running 1st down.
Clemmy Alcorn running the ball hard on the little draw play. 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Hounds trail 20-14.
1st and goal for Newport.
And Clemmy Alcorn's going to get the rushing yards, no doubt about that. Clemmy ran hard, but the pulling guard, Hunter Hurst, came through that hole and met a linebacker. Make it 1st and goal for the Hounds. Here's the snap. Go back to Clemmy. Clemmy up the middle. Clemmy tough running. He lays out, but the ball's on the ground.
Loose ball.
And it looks like Pottsville's going to get the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Isaac Simpson on the recovery.
And tough running Clemmy, and right when he gets hit, he tries to extend to get every yard that he could, and the ball just comes out.
Well, the Hounds earlier had a couple of touchdown passes dropped on the same series on back-to-back plays, and then the Hounds get the ball inside the 5-yard line and can't convert here.
And 1st and 10 for Pottsville, ball at the 4-yard line.
A golden opportunity for the Hounds goes by the wayside.
We need something big to happen here.
Here's a snap, Pottsville. Just a dive up the middle, and he's met. Great job, great pursuit right there for the Hounds. But he's getting those extra.
He's getting that extra little push.
Number 2, Elijah Bradley on the carry.
Met at the line of scrimmage, but guy's just moving his feet, running hard. But it's going to bring up 2nd and 8, the ball at the 6-yard line.
9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Score is 20-14. Your Greyhounds are trailing. It is the 3rd quarter.
Here's the snap. Looks to be a dive, and it's met again. Great job. And you just see again, it collapsed down. Great pursuit right there by the Hounds. Dalton Phillips doing a great job right there, holding his own and meeting the ball carrier.
Yeah, Dalton Phillips is a scrappy little player. He'll get after folks. He plays with a lot of emotion, and I like that.
Guess you'd call this a big play here.
Bring up a long 3rd and 8 for Pottsville, ball at the 6-yard line. Never know with some trickery, but ball is on the 6-yard line. You don't want to do something crazy and happen to give the ball to the Greyhounds right there on the goal line.
You don't want to put it on the ground, that's for sure.
Watch a sweep here. Here's the snap, and it is a sweep. He breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's going to get right around the 25-yard line.
That's just a quick pitch this way, and they just blocked it well and had us beat, had us outnumbered, got the big game.
12 Cox moves the ball to the 24-yard line. Will be a
That's the play that we cannot give them and that we have been giving them throughout tonight. We saw in that first possession we had a big stop there. We need another stop like we did coming out from the second half.
1st and 10, ball at the 24-yard line for the Apaches. Looks like the Hounds are going to bring some pressure. There's the dive. And another big run for Pottsville. Going to be close to a first down.
And something else I've noticed is these running backs from Pottsville, they protect the ball very, very well.
2 hands of the ball all times, and they just stick their shoulder down and get what they can.
They just take what they can get.
7 yards.
And give them 8 there, make it 2nd and 2 with the ball at the 31-yard line.
7 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Score is 14-20. Your Greyhounds trail.
Try to go all sides play. Hounds do not fall for it.
Good job, Hounds. Making some adjustments from the sidelines here.
There's a snap. Great job. Clemmy Alcorn blew that thing up from the get-go, blitzing.
Yeah, that looked like kind of a busted play there. Lots of disruption from that defensive front.
Kemp on the carry. No gain.
Well, we're working on a buzz, have no idea what it is. I don't mean we're working buzzed.
We're working on a buzz.
I didn't really mean it that way. I mean, there's a buzz somewhere in our electronics. We're working on a buzz.
It'll bring up 3rd and 2 for Pottsville. Ball at the 31-yard line. 6:25 to go in the third quarter. There's the dive play. Great job, Monquel Cox. And a great job, and there's a swarm.
That's the swarm you want to see. You want to see 5 or 6 guys there coming and helping after the initial hit, and that's what we got.
We'll see the spot. It looks like they're going to mark it short, make it 4th and inches. And they'll call for a measurement.
Timeout for a moment.
What do you think, Hayden? What would you draw up here?
Well, for Pottsville, I would just stick to what they're doing. Nothing trickery. They're probably going to go for it if short. It appears to be short, but just expect a halfback dive or that quick pitch like we talked about earlier. And they like to run it towards the boundary, to the short side of the field.
Well, we'll see, because it'll make it a 4th and short if he doesn't make it. Or y'all will see, and I will trust that y'all tell me.
And it is a first down.
Iberia Bank, located at 200 Olivia Drive here in Newport, offering all types of banking services. Billy Keaty and crew say good luck to Coach Mark Hinesley and the Newport Greyhounds and Coach Mark McGee and the Newport Grey Pups. Iberia Bank, 523-3611. Mark McGoy Family Farms, proud to be a part of the Greyhound tradition and been on this broadcast for the last 15 years or so. Thank Mark McGoy and his family for helping support Greyhound football. Talked to my good friend Brian Smith from Farm Bureau Insurance today. He said make sure that we mention him and the services that they provide. Big Greyhound supporters and Farm Bureau Insurance on Harwood Street, Newport. Brian Smith and all the crew.
1st and 10, ball at 33. There's the dive. Quarterback's going to keep it and pitch, and he's got room. He makes the guy miss. He's still on his feet. He's across the 40, across the 30. We're going to try to get him down, and he's going to get an end zone touchdown Pottsville. But there is a flag on the play, and we'll see what the flag could be.
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
Even fooled me there. I thought the dive was coming. You know, they run the dive 4 or 5 times in a row, and defensive end crashes, and he just pitches to the guy, and the guy's open.
It's hard to see that even from 50 feet up in the air, much less down there in the trenches.
Absolutely. Just assignment football, but this is coming back. Julius Clark down.
Got some stretching going on, maybe some cramps.
Eye Care RX Pharmacy, 1117 McLean Street in Newport. Medical Supply Store, Medical Center, 870-523-5555. Eric and Katrina Schaffner at Eye Care RX Pharmacy. Brenda Benish, Modern Woodman, making a positive impact in our community. 106 South State Street, 870-217-3684. Being a part of something bigger than yourself, Brenda Benish.
Looks to say they set a block in the back.
That's what it showed. That's what he showed the call.
And it'll be a spot foul and give them 10 yards. And it did happen over the first down marker, but make it 1st and 9 now for the Apaches with the ball at the 34-yard line.
George Kell Motor Company player of the game, and of course the Subway's coaches show immediately following the game, and we're looking for Bad Boy Moore. Hit of the week. We have one earlier.
Clemmy Alcorn. Here's the snap, just the dive play again.
5:26 remaining in the third quarter. Greyhounds trail 20-14.
Skimp on the carry. Brought down by number 7.
Host of Greyhounds, but they're still getting that push that you don't like to see, and it's going to make it 2nd and 4 with the ball at the 39-yard line for the Apaches. Brings the pressure, get a big stop right here.
Let's go, Hounds.
There's the snap, and hand off, fake, and there's the pitch. Once again to the boundary side. They go 2 receivers to the field side. You have to honor it. You bring guys over there, and then the 2-back formation they still are in. Just had numbers, and you run the option. And
Well, they just want their speed guy in space. You got to beat their one guy. And
First and 10, ball at the 49-yard line for the Apaches.
4 minutes and 46 seconds to play in the third quarter.
There's the snap, and there's the dive, nowhere.
Score is 20-14. The Greyhounds are trailing.
Yeah, the Hounds again had an opportunity, 1st and goal from the 1, and then fumbled inside the 5 on 2 different possessions. A couple of just what you would consider gimme touchdowns that the Hounds don't get tonight. Scored the first 7 of the game, and then gave up 3 touchdowns, down 20-7, then scored right before the half. Both of our scores on long touchdown passes, both athletic plays by our receivers.
2nd and 9, ball on the 48. Handoff up the middle, he's met. Great job by the Greyhound defense. Julius Pruitt gonna get that tackle.
And again, here's another big 3rd down play coming up for the Hound defense. 3rd down and 8, maybe 7.
This is where we've got to hold them to minimal to no yards right here.
Watch the option here, and also watch that quick pitch they like to get outside on.
Because if you give up 4 or 5, then they're going to be in a position to go for it there. Watch the football, number 1, and then attack number 2. A lot harder to do, a lot easier.
3rd and 8 for the Greyhounds, ball at the 46.
Hounds had a blitz coming, and
Pottsville's going to get the timeout.
Hounds will be on the road this coming week at Greene County Tech before playing host to Lone Oak the next week. Pups were rained out, stormed out. Gosnell was here to play on Thursday night, did not get the game in. So the Pups won't get started until this coming week. The Hound football team has 6 road games this year, 4 of the first 5 on the road. And then obviously next year that schedule flip-flops and we'll have 6 home games and 4 away. And all about getting to the playoffs.
Absolutely, and what a drive for week 1. Feels like a playoff game when you got to get on a bus and ride 2.5 hours on a bus.
Yeah, long trip. And, you know, we're one of those schools that most people don't want to play us. Most people don't want to play a home and home with the Greyhounds, so it's hard to schedule anything close. You know, you could try your Ball Knobs and you could try your West Sides, you could try your Harding Academies. Most of those guys don't want to play.
I don't blame them.
Well, Pottsville accepted the challenge, and Pottsville's on the scoreboard tonight, but I certainly don't think they're the better football team. I think the Hounds have the better football team here tonight. Hounds have lost a couple of kids that have really hurt us. We thought going in that we couldn't lose very many players because of our depth.
And you lose your starting linebacker the first series of the game. It obviously changes some things.
We have to make a play here.
3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Third and 8. Trail. The ball at the 46. There's the snap. It looks like they moved early.
Back them up.
You go from 3rd and 8 to 3rd and 13. And you watch number 2 get in a football somewhere in space. You think he's going to carry the football. And they've had success to the short side of the field, which would be coming toward us here.
Yeah, they're running away from their split receivers. 2 lines up at the top of our screen.
3rd and 13, ball at the 49-yard line. Getting everybody reset. Here's a snap. He's going to look to pass. He's going to scramble. He's met. Great job, Clemmy Alcorn.
Yes.
With a sack. Clemmy just came up the middle.
Big time defensive play right there. Hound defense plays it well. Going to give our offense another opportunity to go down and make a score.
Well, how important was the penalty a while ago on the long touchdown run by Pottsville? Was going to put them up 2 scores. The penalty brought it back, and now the Hound defense throws them for a huge loss, and they'll be punting from inside their 40-yard line near the 37.
We'll see if they can get the snap. Last time it was the bobbled snap, and Clemmy Alcorn came off the edge and got the guy for a loss. We'll see. Good snap. Here's the kick. Terrible kick for Pottsville.
What field position the Hounds have again. Hounds had great field position the last offensive series, fumbled inside the 5. Let's see if the Hounds can drive this thing down there, get points on the board, and take the lead right here.
Go Hounds.
Ball goes out of bounds at the 50-yard line where the Hounds will set up.
2 minutes and 35 seconds remains in the third quarter. Hounds are trailing 20-14.
Chris Reynolds checking into the ball game at the slot receiver.
Number 8, Chris Reynolds, my neighbor.
Cash Forster at quarterback. Here's the snap, and we're going to hand it off to Monquel. Monquel outside. Monquel Cox. Tough running, great blocking on the edge.
Boy, what a block by Chris Reynolds right there, number 8. Just outstanding execution.
Well, he got locked up on the defensive back out there, and he just locked up and said, look, I'm going to block you.
Second down, 4.
Great blocking on the perimeter, like Ben said. Connor Prince, a pulling guard right there, also getting out on somebody.
Oh, Connor will get after you.
2nd and 5 for the Hounds. Here's the snap. Monquel up the middle. Monquel is hit and is going to try to fall forward, give him a yard.
He's fighting for that. Minute 50 to play in the third quarter. Hounds still trail 20-14.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and about 4 to go for the Hounds.
Hounds trying to go quick. Going to spread it out wide. Clemmy, J.T. Haynes, Chris Reynolds, and Zaywin Smith. Here's the snap. Cash looking to pass. Cash throws it to Chris. Chris Reynolds, great catch, great hands. It's going to get the first down. Great job, Chris Reynolds.
Big time catch right there.
Sophomore, 6'3", maybe 6'4", going to be a dandy football player. Pretty good on the baseball diamond.
First down, Newport.
Great hands by Chris, and it's a big-time toss and a big-time catch for the Hounds.
I like how he caught it and turned upfield. He knew where the marker was, and he got the first down.
Clemmy Alcorn checking in to tailback. 1st and 10 for the Hounds. Ball at the 39. Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash still looking. Cash is going to throw it up. Cash throws it up. And we'll say it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Or just good coverage there by Pottsville.
Yeah, they just had that played very well. D-back put himself in position to knock the ball down. And
Julius Clark coming over the middle. was open for a brief second when Cash looked. Safety stepped up, and the corner was in that guy's hip pocket on the outside. And we just throw it up, try to give a guy a chance to go make a play, and we don't come down with it.
WRMC Medical Complex in Newport, 2200 Malcolm Avenue, 512-2560. The weekend clinic open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
It looks like we got two guys cramping up, one for Pottsville and one for Newport on the side.
Just a muggy night tonight, and it's real hot this afternoon, obviously. The humidity's real high. And
it's just been warmer all week.
Haven't been bit by a mosquito, though.
No mosquitoes in Pottsville. I think we've got one in the car that we brought from Jackson County.
Well, you know, if he gets out, he could produce millions. He could produce millions if he could find a little water.
It would be an epidemic.
Gives the opportunity for everybody to get a rest. Reminder about Sam's Diner, downtown Newport. Folks, if you look for a good plate lunch, you like meatloaf, try a little Tuesday meatloaf at Sam's. The bright yellow building on 2nd Street. I mean, listen, you go in there and it's not fancy napkins and fancy this and fancy that. It's just good home cooking, and the plate lunches are priced at a fair price, and I promise you it's more than you can eat at Sam's Diner. And I love their chicken and dressing on Friday. Sam's Diner in downtown Newport.
Yeah, if you leave there hungry, it's nobody's fault but your own.
Yeah, you didn't order enough. Just order one plate. You don't even have to order two. Just order one plate, you'll get plenty.
2nd and 10 ball, still at the 39-yard line for the Hounds. Here's the snap, gonna look to pass. Cash, he's got time. Cash has got Julius Clark. Julius Clark sticks his foot in the ground and gets upfield, and he's gonna get a first down. Great job by Julius Clark. Well, our receivers are catching the ball and getting upfield.
They are getting upfield, and Cash is putting them on the money. He's throwing strikes, and he looks comfortable back there.
I like how you call it, that he put his foot on the ground, he planted the foot, and he turned and went forward. We're down inside the 30.
Come on, Greyhounds. Minute 4 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Score is 20-14. Greyhounds trail.
Here's the handoff to Clemmy Alcorn. Clemmy Alcorn outside. Clemmy Alcorn up the middle. Clemmy cuts back. Clemmy Alcorn getting in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemmy Alcorn.
And that's what that guy can do. That's what that guy can do. Give him an inch and he'll take it. He runs north and south and he runs the ball hard. He hits that hole and he knows where he wants to go.
Clemmy Alcorn is a downhill runner. And we get him outside right there. A design play to go outside. He sticks his foot in the ground. He goes back up and sees the hole. And Clemmy, who is your 3rd down back, who goes and gets 3 yards, but also has speed to go break the distance on you.
Yeah, don't give it to him because he'll take it.
Hounds covered some real estate on the scoring drive, brought to you by Bratcher Real Estate, located Malcolm Avenue in Newport.
Rolando Noguez, the kick is up. It is good, Rolando.
And the Hounds take the lead with 54 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 21-20, Greyhounds.
Well, momentum, penalty flags, they score, get a penalty, so they don't score, they wipe off one. Hounds don't get a couple of touchdowns that they should have when they had 1st and goal from the 1 and then fumbled inside the 5. Then Clemmy redeems himself by taking a long 28-yard run in. Hounds have just been pretty good when they needed to make a big play, and their defense has found a niche, coming in. I mean, our defense is playing shutout ball here.
In the second half,
absolutely.
We had 2 stops right there
absolutely.
On the defensive half.
So the defense is doing its job. The offense has come alive. So we got a football game right here, 21-20 in favor of the Newport Greyhounds. First time we've led since it was 7-0 early.
You go in at half and you make those adjustments that you got to make. You look at the film, you talk to the coaches up in the box, and you just come back out and you just play football. It's what it's all about. It's about seeing what those guys are doing and making adjustments and capitalizing on their mistakes.
Let's go Greyhounds.
Go Hounds.
Cash Forrester going to kick off for the Greyhounds. Another pooch kick. Cash, great kick. He's going to field it at the 20. Try to get upfield. He's still on his feet. Be brought down right around the 37-yard line. Great return by that kid.
49 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Hounds lead it 21-20.
Going to slap the ball at the Pottsville 39-yard.
Mark it at the 39-yard line. Excuse me.
Just as long as he doesn't get to the 51.
Well, I've heard it happen before.
Bring up 1st and 10 for the Apaches on their 39. Here's the snap. And there's the handoff. Breaks the tackle. He's still on his feet. And he's going to get 5 to 6 yards on that carry. Tough running by that kid.
Clemmy Alcorn rolling around holding his wrist. Slow to get up.
Wow.
We knew coming into this game that they were going to be tough and physical.
They're a physical football team.
And that's, you know, what we like to say, that we are a physical team. We'll get after you. And just both teams have been going at it.
Been a great ball game, no doubt. I'm proud to be a part of the broadcast in a different capacity this year. I've always been involved in some capacity, but to be on the television with you guys, and it's an honor. Thank you, David
sir.
Black, for paving the way for guys like me and Hayden.
Y'all are welcome. I'm getting too old for this. It's bad on my heart. Bad on my heart.
Bad on your heart and on your hearing and on your eyes.
Well, I can't see. I mean, honestly, everybody knows that. I'm blind in my left eye, and I don't see real well out of my right eye. And it goes back to a couple of years ago when we went, to play in the semifinals of the state championship. I had surgery that week, and I hadn't been able to see since then out of that left eye. And then I've had some surgery on my right eye. But, life is good. I'm pretty blessed. And I've been doing this for 36 years. This is our 25th year of Cable 15 TV broadcast, 25 years. And I've been in the broadcast booth full time for 36 years. That tells me two things. I love Greyhound football, and I'm old. I realized I started when I was 9 years old. 36 years later. Can you believe that, Ben?
Well, yeah, I do. You're pretty good. You're pretty good at what you do, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Regardless if you can see or not.
I appreciate it. I can't see anything, but I sure enjoy being here.
Just talk, brother.
2nd and 5 for Pottsville. And it looks like we jump off sides early.
And again, the cheap yards, as bad as they are, it's something you can work on. It's hard to work on when you're just getting overpowered or when you're getting whipped, and that's not the case. We're just making some mental errors. It's the first game of the year. We're trying to get adjusted. It's a little warm. It's an offense that no defensive coordinator wants to prepare for just because of the nature of it. So the penalties don't really bother me that bad. Like I said, we've got time to work on it. It's the first game of the year. We're going to improve on that, I'll assure you.
Can the Hound defense hold again here? 1st down and 10 from the 50.
And there's the handoff up the middle.
Number 34.
Excuse me, got choked up there.
Boy, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
That will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Hounds lead it 21-20 at Pottsville.
And the broadcast is brought to you by White River Area Agency on Aging at 1200 Highway 367 North in Newport. Get help with assisted living and affordable housing. Lots of community programs. White River Area Agency on Aging. Ben Black, lawn care sprinkler system. You need your sprinkler worked on. I know the guy that can get it done and get it done at a fair price. That's right, sprinkler system. You got a sprinkler that's maybe out of whack a little bit. You want to put a brand new sprinkler system in? I got a guy that can do that. Call Ben Black at 512-8429. He's got him a big old trailer that he can carry off. I guess you're going to work a little bit this winter, aren't you? And carry off cut up some wood and do
if
some
anybody
things.
needs any gravel hauled in, dirt hauled in, any kind of small utility tractor work, we can get it done. You need some food plots tilled up, stump removal, just about anything. Just give us a call. We like to be fair to our people. And the reason I'm doing this, I want to be able to be a local business in Newport that people can call me on Sunday afternoon after dinner and say, hey, I've got a problem. Say, hey, I'll be right over there to look at it. That's where these big corporations, you have to schedule an appointment. You have to pay so much this, so much that. And it's just I'm just a local guy doing local business, and I'm just asking for y'all's support.
There you go, my friend. 42 Sports, Alan Russell, Facebook Media supporting smaller classification football. In-depth reporting on 4A, 3A, 2A high school sports. Go to Facebook, get page, and like our page. 42 Sports. We've got 12 minutes to go, guys.
It's all about the 4th quarter. Got to endure.
Ready to go now. 2nd and 6. Got a little choked up earlier. Ball at the 46-yard line for Pottsville. Guy's going to go in motion far side. Here's the snap, and it's just going to be a toss to the far side where he's met. Great job by the Hounds.
Spencer
One, two,
Murphy
three,
on
four
the outside contain, turn that guy back to where our help is, and that's the key right there, the outside contain. Got a man down here.
Yeah, that's number 2. That's the running back that's getting all the yards there. Boy, he got popped a couple of times there. Just a report, I know that nobody cares but me, but the Gateway Grizzlies are tied at 4 in the bottom half of the 7th inning, playing at home the last 3 games of the year, Friday night.
Grant Black.
If they get a lead, he'll be in the game. Got to get a lead. Got to get a lead. I think this is a cramp also, would you agree?
Yeah.
Oh, thank our great sponsors who help bring you Greyhound football. And, you know, we have been just tradition rich in our Greyhound football program, and our folks back our television broadcast, and as they do our radio broadcast also, and our guys, the sounds of the Hounds and all that crew. And what a job that Kevin and Shane do, and the human highlight reel, Austin Lane, Ricky Morales. Those guys do a tremendous job of carrying the games on radio and bringing you live reports from the sidelines. We thank what those guys do. And Amanda Reynolds with her reports from the Newport Independent. Still a lot of great tradition in this little old town, and lots of good things happening.
Games still replay on Saturdays.
Our games this year are going to play on Saturday night or Saturday mornings at 9, Sunday nights at 7, and Tuesday night at 7, which is the schedule that we had for 20-something years, and it changed last year. We had to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But yes, we may have some little quirks or glicks we have to work out the first week or two. But yes, scheduled for 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. And also, it'll be on Facebook, it'll be on YouTube, and it'll be on our website at cable15tv.com. And this young man probably got a cramp. He's going to be okay, which is good.
Well, for as long as I can remember getting up on Saturday morning, even before I was a player, you get up and you hear you and Randy and Bud on the broadcast, and it's just something special about that.
For 25 years I did it. Last year was the first year that I couldn't get it done with Suddenlink, and this year Suddenlink over in Jonesboro has graciously allowed us to do that. And it's hard because everything we do, we transfer the game electronically. So we'll get home tonight at midnight. It'll take us Brad Smithy does all of our transfer and stuff. It'll take him 4 hours to get it done, and then we have to have a guy that's there in the morning to plug it in for us. But we thank David Beanman over at Suddenlink.
3rd and 3, fake handoff, quarterback tries to keep it. He's met in the backfield. Great job by the Greyhounds.
Greyhound defense, that's what it's all about right there, guys. That's what it's all about. Tremendous pursuit, just hit and hold on and wait for help. 11-17 remaining in the 4th quarter. Hounds lead it by 1.
Big 4th down right here for the Greyhound defense.
Watch the sweep.
Well, on 4th and 5, always watch the dead call here.
Don't give them anything free. That's right, Hayden.
Ball's just inside the 45.
They're going to go long count and call timeout.
Yeah, the big man came out hurt.
Here comes motion. He's going to look to pass, and the tight end is wide open. He's going to fall down and get the first down.
When the guy went in motion and up here in the box, I could hear Benny Reynolds hollering, tight end, tight end, tight end, tight end, and lo and behold, tight end, and he was wide open. Once we vacated there, they produced a set in which we didn't have anybody to cover the tight end there. So they make the big play on 4th down and 5.
10:42 remains in the 4th quarter. Hounds lead it by 1, 21-20.
Not a do-or-die drive for either team right here. Obviously a lot of time left when you talk about over 10 minutes.
Need something good to happen here.
1st and 10, ball inside the 30. There's the snap, handoff up the middle.
Woo!
Big hit, Julius Clark.
Julius Clark and a bad boy Moore's hit of the night. Whoa!
Big lick right there.
That's what you like to see, bringing that orange hat.
Woo! That's a bad boy there, wasn't it? He's a bad boy. Thank Scott Lancaster and all the crew at Bad Boy Mowers for
Brings up second down.
being a part of our Greyhound tradition. Scott's an old Greyhound himself.
At the Newport 25-yard line.
Second and 7 for Pottsville. Give them 3 on the last one. Ball at the 25-yard line. There's the snap. Handoff outside. And another big hit right there, Monquel Cox.
Monquel Cox on the big hit. Did he stop him short of the first? I believe so.
By number 4, Monquel Cox.
Julius
9
Clark,
minutes.
Julius Pruitt.
Julius Clark and Monquel Cox. Back-to-back plays right there.
9 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Score is 21-20. Your Greyhounds lead it.
Of Newport.
The Pottsville Apaches are working on a score here. Let's stop them, Hounds.
3rd and 3 for the Apaches. Ball right around the 22-yard line.
Come on, Hounds.
Still don't see the big back number 2.
There's the snap, and it's just going to be the dive play, and it's met. Great job by the Hounds. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Clock continuing to move.
Big Alex Emery in there on that tackle, along with a few other Greyhounds.
That guy was full speed until he hit the line of scrimmage, and he got met.
That's what you call running into a brick wall.
Another big 4th down for this Greyhound defense, 4th and 2. Come on, Greyhounds.
All year last year, 4th down, I was confident, and I'm the same way this year. Here we go. We're going to have a big stop right here.
We won them last year. Can we win this one here?
There's the snap. Just a toss play outside.
Yeah!
Good job, Julius Clark.
Julius Clark on a big-time 4th down stop. They turn the ball over.
Julius Clark is getting double-teamed right there on the outside.
And still makes the play.
And sneaks through and just grabs him enough to trip him up.
Time after time after time after time. Last year, our defense made the big play on 4th down, and that's a game changer right there. We're under 8 to play with a 1-point lead.
Go score.
Well, as the old saying is, offense will win games, but defense wins championships. Hard to win if you can't score.
1st and 10 for the Hounds, ball at the 23.
7:59 remaining in the fourth.
There's the handoff to Monquel. Monquel's met in the backfield. Big hit right there for 17 from Pottsville.
Game brought to you by Jackson Funeral Home at the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue, MPOC Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic in Batesville of White River Health Systems. Robert Turner, your financial advisor for Edward Jones and Farmers Tire Mart, 1501 Malcolm Avenue. Bank of England Mortgage Company, Kenny Thaxton. NEDC, Newport Economic Development Commission, and John Chadwell and all the crew doing great things for Newport and the economy. NEDC.
Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass on 2nd down. He's got a man, Clark. Great job, Julius Clark.
Another strike by Cash Forster.
Listen, he's throwing 30 yards across the field to get a 10-yard gain. That was just an outstanding throw from Cash, right on the money. That's a big-time throw in high school football.
3rd and 4 for the Greyhounds. I have a feeling we're going to say Forrester to Clark all year long.
All year long. I like it. 7:11 remaining in the fourth quarter. Your Hounds lead it by 1. It's 21-20.
3rd and 4.
There's the snap. Going to quick strike to Zaywin Smith, and Zaywin's met by a host of Apaches. Making a loss, make it 4th and 8 for the Greyhounds. Looks like punt team will come out for the Hounds.
By number 10, Ben Jones. Brings up 4th and 8.
Clock continues to roll. It's 6:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Your Greyhounds still lead 21-20.
Number 28, Christian Salazar. The punt will be number 16.
Cash Forrester is going to punt for the Greyhounds. Ball is at the 25-yard line. And the last guy in. No, missing 2.
All right, you got to have 11.
Good snap. Cash got plenty of time. Another great punt for Cash Forrester. End over end, great punt, fielded at the 25. He's going to try to stay outside. Great job by our hands to get out there.
Not only is Cash throwing the ball exceptionally well tonight, he has punted the ball a couple times exceptionally well.
Greyhound football game brought to you by Unity Health Harris Medical Center, by the City of Newport, Newport Recycling, El Puente Restaurant, Norman Baker Pharmacy, Mary Davison Crew, Dillinger Funeral Home, Merchants and Planters Bank, locations throughout northeast and north central Arkansas, St. Michael's Place on North Pecan Street, and the Sonic Drive-In.
About another stop right here for the Hounds.
Need a stop, need a big stop.
Fourth quarter is our quarter, guys. As we said earlier, they're pitching a shutout right now, so let's keep it going.
1st and 10, ball at the 39. Here's the snap. And there's the option. Goes right over our heads, but played well by the Hounds. He pitched that ball just right over our guy's head that was sitting there ready to tackle him.
Well, that quarterback just keeps pitching the ball, and it just looks like he's just throwing it up, and their guy's just going to get it.
Well, Zaywin Smith just with an excellent play there. I could see that one. I'm close enough for that one.
Yeah, we're just playing it. We're playing it just like you're supposed to play it. It was textbook, but those guys are just making plays.
And James Dixon checking in the ball game, guy who got hurt in a Greyhound game early. There's a handoff up the middle.
Number 34, Curtis Skin.
5 minutes and 16 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. Hounds still lead it. Score of 21-20.
Going to make it 3rd and 4 for the Apaches.
George Kell Motor Company player of the game, and the Subway coaches report immediately following the end of the broadcast or the end of the ball game. We'll announce our Bad Boy Mower hit of the week. A couple of big plays coming up here.
3rd and 4, here's the snap. And just a handoff weak side. He makes the guy miss. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet. He's across the 20-yard line. We finally bring him down inside the 15.
Number 34, Curtis.
James Dixon didn't give up. Chase that guy down from behind.
Number 3, James Dixon.
You know, that goes back to that outside contain. You got to try to push that guy back to where we got some help. Clock never started.
Still 4 minutes and 38 seconds after the play.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that right now. It depends on whether or not they score.
Clock is rolling now after 39.5 seconds.
1st and 10, ball at the 16-yard line for Pottsville. Here's the handoff. Hitting the backfield by Alex Emery.
Kemp on the carry.
4:14 remains in the fourth quarter. Hounds lead it 21-20 over the Pottsville Apaches.
Julius Pruitt.
Give him 5. Julius Pruitt on the tackle once again.
11.
Make it 2nd and 5 for the Apaches. Ball at the 11-yard line. Come on, defense.
Clock continues to roll. We're now at 3:48 remaining in the fourth quarter.
There's snap, just a quick hitter.
Number 40.
He will get the first down, make it 1st and goal for Pottsville inside the 5-yard line.
Brought down by number 32, Julius Pruitt. 1st and goal for Pottsville.
1st and goal. And so important here is the clock.
And Newport will call a timeout.
I think it's a good timeout. Number one, it saves you 25 seconds of clock because they're fixing to roll it right there, and it gives Coach Hinsley an opportunity to set up his goal line defense to make sure that everybody knows what they're going to do. And the Hounds, you know, you may have to use some timeouts here. We have 2 left, but you certainly don't want these guys to run enough time, and they can't run 3:38 off the clock by any stretch of the imagination, but you could run 2.5 off if you don't call timeout.
It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Under 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Greyhound defense needs a big stop.
So Hayden, you've been in that huddle right there with Coach Mark Hinsley. What's he saying?
He's getting those boys fired up right now. I'm not going to say exactly what he'd say to you, but he's getting you fired up. I know that. He's getting you ready right here to go 4 downs and get them out of here.
There you go.
Three minutes and 38 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. Hounds lead it 21-20 at Pottsville.
Well, Pottsville wants to, obviously they want to score, but they want to run time also. So, I mean, they'll take their
time, no doubt.
Absolutely, they will.
First and goal from the 5.
Wide right, something wide right.
There's the snap handoff to the right. He's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Pottsville.
That's not all that bad. We've got plenty of time left on the clock.
And you would think that they'd have to go for 2 here.
Pottsville scored with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they're showing to go for 2 here.
Big stop right here. Big stop. Don't let them get the 2, defense. You think again, ball's going right. Here we go, defense. There's the snap, and there's the toss to the right. And he's going to get in for the 2-point conversion. It's good.
2-point conversion is good. Number 40, Emiliano Torres.
Tough pill to swallow there.
Give the Apaches the lead with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Pottsville Apaches 28, your Newport Greyhounds 21.
Well, obviously, when you talk about 3.5 minutes, you're talking about a wealth of time to, go down and score. That's the first points that the Hounds have given up here in the second half. Hounds on their last offensive possession, Pottsville made some big plays defensively, forced the punt, and they drive it 60-something yards for the touchdown.
Recover the kick right here. Just get on it and get down.
More than likely going to be that pooch kick. I'd like to say we run that screen play again, but we have that outside receiver go deep.
Go deep. I like it. Hayden.
Pump it, throw it deep.
There you go. Pitch and go. Plenty of time left. We've got 3:34 remaining in the fourth quarter as Pottsville prepares to kick off to the Greyhounds.
There's the kick. Julius Pruitt, we got great field position once again, right around the 45-yard line.
They're just going to give us 20 yards right there, and I'll take it every time.
Absolutely.
Well, you got a wealth of time, so you don't have to be in a hurry. You don't have to be in any panic mode.
Slow down and execute the offense.
That is correct.
And 2 timeouts left for the Greyhounds. Let's see what John Bradley can dial up here for the Hounds. Clemmy Alcorn going to be the tailback cash force quarterback. Here's the handoff to Clemmy. Clemmy Alcorn still fighting Clemmy Alcorn.
Fighting for the extra yards right there. Just 2 yards after the initial contact, if not more. Clock continues to roll. We're at now 3:17 to play in the fourth quarter. Hounds trail 28-21.
Give Clemmy 4 on the carry. Like Ben said, he was hit at the line of scrimmage and just fights for those yards.
Makes all the difference in the world.
2nd and 6, ball at the 49-yard line. Here's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. He's got a man. Zaywin Smith. Zaywin Smith makes the guy miss. Zaywin Smith, first down for the Greyhounds.
First down, Hounds. Clock continues to roll. We're at 2:52 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Ball down by number
Zaywin Smith had a phenomenal night on both ends of the football.
First down, Newport at the Pottsville 40.
1st and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line for the Greyhounds. There's the snap. We're going to give the jet sweep to Zaywin Smith. Zaywin is hit. We'll see where they mark him.
Brought down by
Played well by the Pottsville Apache defense.
Short gain, if any.
no gain. Second down, 10.
2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining as the clock continues to roll in the fourth quarter. Hounds trail by a score.
28-21. Monkwell Cox checking in the ball game. 2nd and 10 for the Hounds. Ball at the 40. There's the snap. Cash going to look to pass. Cash is looking deep. Cash throws it deep, throws it up, and it's intercepted. And they're going to try to return it. This guy's still on his feet, and he's finally brought down. There's 2 flags thrown, and it looks like it's going to be on Pottsville.
Intercepted.
Yeah, it'll be a post-possession penalty. Pottsville gets the interception and the turnover there. The Hounds going for it all on 2nd and 10. And the second pick of the night. Cover 2, 2 deep secondary. It's just safety guy over the top. He was right there for the interception. So all they'll have to do is run out a minute 38 and they'll have a winner.
They say after the guy intercepted, there was a block in the back, excuse me, from Pottsville. Don't go anywhere just yet. This Hound defense could make something miraculous happen.
Got to be miraculous here, doesn't it?
Conclusion of this game, you would to help our.
Well, as they say, it ain't over till it's over.
As you exit the stadium, please deposit.
Minute 38 to play in the fourth quarter. Hounds trail by a touchdown.
1st and 10, ball at the 9-yard line. Hounds do have 2 timeouts. There's a snap, and just a handoff up the middle. Great chunk of yardage right there for Pottsville.
Number 34, Curtis Kemp on the carry.
And Newport will call a timeout.
Gain of 6 yards, going to bring them 2nd down 4.
1:20 left to go in the football game. Your Hounds still trail 21-28 over Pottsville.
Well, the Hounds will have only 1 timeout left. They can run a play, call a timeout. It'll be 3rd down. I'd get them in a punting situation here. Time is definitely not on our side.
Sell out for the run.
Grant Black strikes out a guy with runners at 1st and 2nd.
Good boy, Grant Black. Throw it.
He can sling it.
You ever caught a barehanded ball from Grant
I
Black?
have. You can ask Coach Hinsley after this about it.
Did it hurt?
It didn't feel good. That was when Grant, he just tore his ACL. He was 4 months off ACL surgery. He can still sling it.
He wasn't quite as good his senior year as he was his junior year. But he could throw it a little bit.
He could still sling it, I promise you.
2nd down 4.
Minute 20 remains in the fourth quarter. Hounds trail by a touchdown with a score of 28-21. Play clock is rolling.
2nd and 4 for the Apaches. Ball at the 16-yard line. We sell out for the run. Going to be short of a 1st down. Gave him a good spot on it, and we call timeout.
Curtis Kemp on the carry.
Well,
Brings up 3rd down.
Make it 3rd and 1 for Pottsville. No more timeouts for the Greyhounds.
And obviously a first down would be huge here, and it makes those guys a winner unless something miraculous happens. But
That's Newport's final timeout.
looking back, the difference in the football game. I mean, these guys lining up and running against us in the first half, kind of huge. But the big difference, the Hounds not executing on the 3rd or the 1st and goal down here, and then fumbling the ball inside the 5-yard line on the other end. You lose a couple of scores there that are just almost automatic scores, and those will be things you work on. I mean, you just Hounds had a penalty down there on 3rd and 1 and made it first and goal from the 1, made 1st and goal from the 6, and then couldn't get it in. Dropped a couple of passes on 3rd and 4th down. The first pass was a very catchable pass, and as was the second one, and just had to jump a little high and couldn't bring it down. So 3rd down and 1 right here with a minute to play, 1:04.
There's the snap, going to hand it off. We'll see the spot. Looks like he's going to be short.
Depending on the spot.
It helps the Greyhounds. They're going to have to stop the clock. It looks like they're going to go measure. They will.
They have an official timeout on.
Now here's what do you do if you're a Pottsville Apache? Do you go for it, try to get the inch and test your luck, or do you punt? Because the last punt you did was 13 yards.
I would say they would have to go for it, but I don't know.
First down.
Well, that answers our question.
First down for Pottsville.
Well, no doubt at the Bad Boy Mower collision of the week goes to Julius Clark and Monquel Cox, and we thank Bad Boy Mowers for sponsoring that little tidbit of stuff that we do. Bad Boy Mowers, boy, those Bad Boy Mowers are bad boys. I'm telling you, they're bad boys. George Cal Motor Company player of the game and the Subway coaches report coming up. We'll talk a lot about what ifs.
1st and 10 for Pottsville. Looks like they will just take a knee.
Clock rolling at 50 seconds.
These guys are pretty good at home. I mentioned earlier they're 33-7 out of their last 40. That's enough, guys.
Don't get chippy. Don't get ejected for next week's game. Clock is still rolling.
Yeah, the official just needs to stop and don't set it until after the 25. That's the smart thing to do right there.
And that's what he's going to do.
There you go. And ball game over. Yeah, you didn't want to see another play of those guys. So Pottsville with a big victory here as the Newport Greyhounds come on the road and lose 28-21. And Hayden, it was kind of a tale of not just – we couldn't stop those guys early. We shut them out for most of the second half. They scored one late. We lose a couple of touchdowns. Just wasn't our night for the Hounds.
It wasn't our night, but there's 3 phases to the season. You have your non-conference and your conference and your postseason. So your non-conference schedule, we go and play these bigger classification teams and go on the road and play teams like Pottsville, who's a really good football team, to prepare us for that conference. That's what we're looking forward to, and then working our way to postseason.
Ben Black, final thoughts?
Well, I thought everything we saw tonight, everything, we looked good. Obviously some things we can work on, but it's the first game of the year, so I'm pretty excited about the year.
Well, I am too, and the Hounds have got plenty of wins in this football team. There's no doubt about it. We lose a couple of players. We want to see what happened.
Got some extracurricular going on over here. Josh, zoom in there and see what we can get.
If we can get anything at all. We don't, you can't blow your cool after a football game, and I don't care who you are. You just gotta say thank you and congratulate the other teams. That guys you did a great job tonight. And the one thing you can't do is, even at that stage, put yourself in a position that you get thrown out of a football game or thrown out of the season for doing something really, really silly. But anyway, the officials were there and they got it all straightened out, and our coaches did, and their coaches did too. But 28-21, the Hounds have come up a little short tonight. Mark Hinesley and somebody will be coming up next. Zane Watkins joins us in the booth as the star of the game, and George Kell Motor Company. We thank George Kell Motor Company for bringing you the star of the game. Zane, a tough night for the Greyhounds out there. We come up a little short, 28-21, but kind of tell me a little bit about how you felt like we played and maybe where we came up a little short.
Well, we knew the first half we come up flat, and we kind of got hit in the mouth, the first quarter. And second quarter we kind of came back at them, and we played a little bit better ball game second quarter, and then we came out the second half, and I think we played a way better ball game. Better.
Yeah, no doubt, and especially defensively. And let me ask you this: tell me about preparation coming in. I mean, you knew these guys are going to be real good, but how do we prepare? And kind of give me an idea of what all you've been doing all summer long to get to prepare for the season. And it's just one game, 1 of 10, and obviously the goal is to get to the playoffs and the non-conference game. But we're going to get better. But talk a little bit about your preparation coming into this game.
Well, we had 2 weeks to prepare, and we knew that was going to be a tough physical football team. We just conditioned the first week, and then second week we kind of focused more on them, what they were going to do, and their first down play, second down play, stuff like that. We knew coming in that they were going to go for it on fourth downs most of the time if they were inside the sticks.
Well, and there's no doubt we lost a couple of touchdowns. We had first and goal down there at the 1, and we didn't get in, and we lost a fumble down here. That's part of the games, and those are things that we can correct. And we got Greene County Tech next week. But tell me overall about attitude. We lose a couple of kids early, and that's always tough to lose kids.
Yes, sir.
So what's the morale like? Especially, it looked like when we first went down, early in the game, and then we had a second injury later on. Can you give us a report on either one of those? You know anything about those guys?
I don't know.
Sure, Coach will.
I think Tyler. I heard about Tyler. I heard it was just dislocated.
Okay, good deal. And then I guess we look forward to next week. We go to Greene County Tech. I know you hadn't prepared for those guys, but I want you guys to know that we got a long season. You're a 3-year starter, and did you get tired any tonight? I mean, boy, a muggy night out there. I know you're on both sides of the ball.
It wasn't too bad. We conditioned a lot, in preparation for these guys, so it wasn't just terrible.
Absolutely. All right, Zane, tell me this: what do you have planned after high school? Do you know about college or anything like that? Have you looked that far ahead?
Well, I'd really like to go to college and be either a medical trainer, or I'd like to get a teaching degree and be a coach myself.
Yes, sir. Well, fantastic. Well, listen, you guys keep working. We're going to get there. I mean, a football game that we very well could have won tonight. We didn't get it done tonight, but that's part of the game of life. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. Didn't work tonight, but we'll get better. Proud of your effort, because I know you were out there getting after folks. Just stay right there, my friend. It's Zane Watkins. He's our player of the game. Subway Coaches Report. Subway in the Newport Walmart Supercenter. Coach Mark Hinesley, my friend. It wasn't the end result that we needed tonight. A lot of positives that we had during the football game. Let's talk positives first. Effort.
We kept it close.
Yeah.
The effort second half was what we talked about all halftime. The adjustments we want to make defensively. We come out. We showed a better defensive, I'd say, effort the second half. But that's really the only positive I can come up with is the second half. We really did come out with more effort. They're just a very, very good physical football team.
They're a solid football team, no doubt about it. They're a solid 4A football team. Yeah, no doubt.
When you've got tackles and tight ends that big, 70 was a man. He really was a man. The tight ends were as big as some of our. I mean, they were just good. I mean, they're good at what they do, and we knew that. But they were as advertised.
Well, no doubt, and even Zane talked about it in we talked about before we got on here. In the first half, we scored the first play. Our first play, man, we're up, going good, and then we just really had some trouble stopping those guys. Got a lot better. Had a shutout thrown at them for most of all the second half.
Yeah.
We lost a couple of touchdowns in the football game. Once we had it first and goal from the 1, and another one we fumbled inside the 5. Yeah. Those were huge plays, but correctable plays. So, if you look at the game and you go, well, we didn't play up to expectation, but we had a chance to win the football game.
Yeah. Well, and the thing I guess that I'm upset with the most is we preached about that for 2 weeks on how physical they were going to be, and I just didn't feel that we match them physically defensively.
Right.
And yes, we did. I think we had 2 picks and 1 fumble.
Right. Yeah.
That is always, always look at that and go, how can we change that? But I'll tell you what I told the kids, and it's what I said on the radio, is that the first 3 games of your season are non-conference, which means it's learning. There are teachable moments, and that's what I asked the kids. I said, there's something to be learned at halftime. Quit making excuses. We know what we need to do. Okay, now we just got to do it. And I told them the same thing on the field right then. Did you learn anything from it? And if we did, then we're going to get better for the weeks coming up. Because if we can go 0-3 and we go undefeated in the conference, we're still sitting in the driver's seat in the playoffs. So that's what you're ultimately after. And if we can learn something these first 3 games, it's going to make us a better team.
Well, and when you schedule Pottsville, and people say, well, why do you schedule the games? We schedule who are the teams that are willing to play us.
Yeah,
because,
that's true.
We didn't just say, let's just pick out Pottsville. Pottsville says yes. We go down the line and ask 15, 20, 25, 30 people to play us on a home, and we can't get folks to play us.
I stick on a dot on Newport, and I run a radius around it trying to find folks, and it's really difficult to find folks that'll play us. And when Pottsville come a calling, you got to do what you got to do. You don't need a bye week for sure.
No, sir.
So we, when we knew they were going to be physical, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, we kind of need to see a little bit of physicality just to get ready for the Picketts and the Hoxies that we come up short with last year. So, I wanted that to be a teachable moment to get ready for that conference opponent we're going to be seeing this year.
All right, and Theron goes down. We lose a linebacker early in the game.
Tyler Johnson.
Tell me about those injuries again.
Tyler Johnson, it's his ankle. The last report I've got when I was coming up here, that it was a separation. It's kind of like Colby's last year. There was a separation, I think, with a break. I'm not 100% on that. But most of the time when you have a separation, you have some kind of break in the tibia or whatever. And so I think that's what he's going to be dealing with. Theron went out with they got hit right here in the end zone. I haven't really got any word on him yet. So I really don't know what's the official on him. But it goes back to, they were physical.
Well, we're going to go back to work, and they give us 9 football games to play during. They give us 9 after the 9. Give you 10 to play if you can get them all scheduled.
That's
and I told this, off camera, and I really meant this, and I meant it sincerely. If any of these kids watch this thing, these kids have a chance to be a very, very, very good football team. We got a lot of football play. We got a lot of football play.
And it goes back to just take something from it and build on it. If you can do that and grow, that's where we'll really see what we're all about.
I think the Hounds are going to be fine, and there's no doubt about it. And you go on the road, and a team 33-7 their last 40 here at home. They're pretty good at home.
They're pretty good. We've had a history of these guys, and we know how good they are.
Yes,
even the year that we beat them at our place, I think it was 30-20.
That's right.
It was a slugfest for a while.
That's right.
So I mean, they're a good football team that stays in games. Basically, what they do. So no, it was going to be a fight. We knew that, and we got what we expected.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Hounds come up a little short in that 28-21, but no doubt we didn't come up short in our heart department. We're going to battle, and continue to battle. And like you say, 2 more non-conference ball games, getting ready for conference, and then the first place finisher of those last 7 games is a guy that wins the conference championship.
That's right.
Mark Hinesley, my friend, good to see you, sir. Appreciate you coming up and joining us. Mark Hinesley, head football coach, athletic director of the Newport Greyhounds, and his report each and every week brought to you by Subway in the Newport Walmart Super Center. Go Hounds.